Yo, Kag, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Welcome, one and all. We have cheeky old me doing stuff because who knows why. No, Kag, thank you so much for the raid. I do appreciate it. And, jeez, yeah, get yourself something nice because, Jesus Christ, Alien was not kind to you today. That's just mad. How am I doing? Yeah, I'm doing okay, thanks. Was kind of feeling just like, I kind of want to do more runs. And then Kag's was live, and I was like, nah, we're just gonna chill. Because I was planning on just kind of being like a lazy slob all day. Um, but then, you know that thing where you watch someone and you're like, I kind of want to run actually. I kind of want to do this. And then you kind of start doing it and you're like, damn. I should have just watched someone. No, I'm kidding. But no, I find always after I'm watching someone or while I'm watching someone play Alien, it's so much easier to go, I want to do this. I want to actually just get in there and I've got the motivation. So, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a really dumb category called locker percent. And what it means is that we have to do a no major glitches novice run, but you have to get in every single locker in the game, of which, to our knowledge, there are 233. That's not easy. It's really not easy, in fact. In fact, most people would say you're an absolute lunatic for trying this category, to which I probably agree. However, it's a challenge which was memed about a lot, and I've kind of wanted to have a valid run, because to date I don't really have a good valid oh my god, it's in French and I don't know these sound keys. So I changed it to French because it's like, yeah, why not? I do not know the audio keys. Okay, that one's still the same time-wise. Seems way less fun. Oh, okay. Hey, Yoda. Back for bonus stream. Yeah. I got inspired watching Carax. So the goal for today is just be good.
Y a rien de bon dans cette journée, et je pense pas qu'il fasse jour non plus.
As a US friendly time, I know. How many of my streams are US friendly? Probably about 2 total.
T'as vu Samuels? Ça doit faire des heures qu'il est levé.
That feels faster. I don't know. Oh my god, we got jump scare Sammys as well. I'll take it. In like a run I really don't care about. Lockers percent. Honestly, valid, yeah. I'll get music up as well. I'm not quite sure why my music isn't actually working, but we'll figure it out. Wait, that's a good time. Is that a good time, or am I just tripping?
Ça m'a pris des années et beaucoup de contrats pour leur taper. Aujourd'hui, il est bien rentabilisé. Vous avez dit qu'on approchait de la station Sébastopol. Est-ce qu'on va s'amarrer? Votre contact est le marshal Wade.
Okay, that's why my music wasn't playing.
Je vais prévenir Sébastopol et arranger le débarquement avec lui. Bien, c'est parti. Au boulot. Ne vous inquiétez pas, mademoiselle Taylor. Mission de routine. On fait que passer. Connor, comment ça se présente?
Mindy Sasha, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it.
Prépare les coms que je les salue.
Séquence ouverte, capitaine. Est-ce que vous avez tous pris vos documents de bord?
Je vais observer l'approche sur les écrans.
Getting into a locker at a certain mission and seeing how long you can survive. So if you want to play the pedantic rule, you can survive an infinite amount of time. Glad to be here, thanks for streaming. Oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. By virtue of, there's a locker in mission 2 you can get in, and there are no hostile NPCs. So you can kind of just keep on doing it either until, well, like forever. It's actually like forever until you have a power cut. Thank you for the bonus stream. Ah, you guys are being really kind. Thank you so much. Yeah, for once in my life, I'm not doing something in the evening, and so I've just got some free time. And so I was like, go on then. I've got nothing really to do tomorrow outside of athletics, which is at like 10. So why not just chill? Chill, have some fun, see what happens really. Because earlier today, runs just weren't going my way, mission 10 wasn't going my way, and so I was like, oh my god, I was just feeling so demotivated and demoralized, and I was like, nah, because I came into this morning being like, oh, I'm really looking forward to doing hundo runs. I had like such a spark for hundo runs, which I don't normally have, and so I was like, yeah, we're gonna do it, and then I got slapped by mission 10. Nothing went my way. Lorenz was bad, Gemini was bad, KG was bad, and I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my god, a 502 on the ladder. Injector? Nope. Scrap, cool. Good lead. So, Lockup Ascent is interesting in a number of ways. Most notably, we have to go and do a lot of backtracking. Fire mode. That is yours truly, me. Someone found that's a still. Marek's found that's a still. I couldn't not add that. There are some interesting ones with me. One of my personal favorites is the Jamim emote, which I personally love because it's so dumb. There have been some good photos of me over the years, and by good I mean they make me look like an absolute clown, but they're also very fun. So maybe it might be a thing for the birthday stream when that happens, we'll have some fun with that, but maybe not. Because some of them are very bad. I'll also need to edit some of the pictures so that other people, because a lot of the pictures are with people, and I'll need to just like blank them out in some way, just because, well, I'm not going to go around and get permission from like everyone to show pictures. Zerka, thank you for the follow as well. I do appreciate it. Because a lot of the photos as well were from when I was back in school, which is like 5 years ago now. Wow, 656 out of the vent. That's pretty solid. Given I believe French is a little bit slower initially too. But so far RNG seems good, so maybe French is the magic solution to bad RNG? Who knows? The point still stands. So for anyone who doesn't know just the sheer number of lockers in this game, there's also something very weird, which is the lack of lockers in places. So for example, in Mission 2, there's one locker. One. That's it. Just one locker. And honestly, there's no real good reason for there to even be a locker. But there is a locker. And it's this little friendly fella right here. And that's Mission 2 done. That is the only deviation we take from an all missions route. We just grab that locker and it takes like 5 seconds. I actually have never timed how long it takes to go in and out of a locker. 8:23? That feels slow. That feels very slow. Oh wait, we didn't. Wait, that's an 8:18? Is that fast, or is that just mediocre? I don't actually know what the mission 1 split is, so who knows. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. The locker could have had some significance, but we'll never really know. It's a very convenient locker for the no CC category, which stands for no crouch clipping. Essentially, crouch clipping is a glitch that allows you to clip through certain doors, which is very powerful, as you may be able to imagine. And in no CC, there's a bug which you can exploit, which gets the maintenance jack early. However, it comes at the cost of breaking your camera. And that locker is conveniently enough a solution to the camera break. And so it just so happens that the one locker in the entirety of Mission 2 is in a convenient place for that glitch, at the correct orientation, which I think is really, really cool. So maybe it was just a known bug and they put something in to fix it. Or maybe it was just an oversight. We'll never really know. It's very weird to switch from 100% to locker percent. Because I'm thinking like, this audio log, then this terminal. Should be fine. Interestingly enough, loot isn't actually that big of a deal. That's glorious loot for this point. But loot's not a big deal in this run. It's a bit of a bigger deal than normal, but as we visit so many lockers and we kind of go out of our way a bit, we encounter many more convenient loot spots. I'm so not used to French. I know the Italian sound cues way too well. 36, fine. Oh, that reminds me, I need to do some timing. I need to time the dialogue length after Samuels dies in Italian and in French. And the reason for that is because it's actually very significant in 100%. If French is like substantially faster, because I know French is quite significantly faster in Mission 12, if it is faster, then that would cement French as being the fastest 100% language. Because currently French is only about half a second faster than Italian, which means that you can, within reason, just go off personal preference. Even at like the highest of highest levels, it's nothing particularly serious, choosing French or Italian. So far, I do least escape babes landwords. It's very true, isn't it? Like, you're kind of saying like, oh, the game's been quite nice to me today, and then all of a sudden it's just like a catastrophic failure of everything. But ideally, this will be a no reset run. There are exceptions. For example, if we get softlocked in Mission 18 again, which is not ideal. For anyone who doesn't know, I did a run on Friday. Oh, sorry, it was yesterday, yeah. Which was on world record pace, PB pace, and I got softlocked in Mission 18 because I was too distracted. That was very funny. So that's why I'm doing a locker percent run and not a non-scappy run. I was planning on doing a non-scappy run yesterday, but since my blunder yesterday has cost me significantly. It's, well, specifically cost me about 3.5 hours of my life. We had some work to do. People, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. Grab this, grab that. So you may have noticed I very deliberately, or I missed some scrap back there. And that's because in Novice we get a lot of scrap. Like, a lot of scrap. And so, it's not really a bad thing to miss scrap. Because we want to loot boxes. In Novice, one of the, I say the biggest threats, but a threat to just kind of the flow of everything is running out of, oh sorry, maxing out on things like scrap, or any component for that matter. So if there's some way in which we can avoid maxing out, that's normally very beneficial. For scrap, there's no easy way of consuming it. So the easiest way is honestly just to not loot scrap. There are a couple of guaranteed bits of scrap, or exceedingly likely bits of scrap in Novice, and as a result we can just skip those areas, or skip those loot spots, and it works out quite nicely. We are maxed on health, aren't we? Yeah, we are. So just invert it. Oh my god, that would be mean. That would be so mean. Inverted mouse. I think that would actually just mess me up. That would so mess me up. I was thinking about doing like a troll run at some point, where people could use either channel points or bits to do nefarious things, such as invert my movement keys, invert my mouse, force Ripley to do certain actions like shooting a revolver at her feet, or using a flamethrower burst. And I feel like that could be entertaining. It sounds like the sort of thing I would want to do on like a birthday stream. Because at this point, my birthday stream is going to be Troll Alerts all achievements, which is going to be awful. Oh yeah, we need a flare. Come on, humans. Any day now. Do you want to get moving? Bonding Agent. For once in my life, I will take that. Because I know I don't have any at the moment. Compound. Good. Sensor. Damn, okay, the loot spread is really nice at the moment. I'm very happy with this. Oh, perfect. No charge packs, good spread of everything. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do want to do more fun runs of this game, because as satisfying as getting a really good time in like a proper speedrun category can be, it's also very nice just to kind of chill and have fun with people and chat, which is why I like these categories like non-scappy, locker percent. It allows you to just have some fun while also still playing the game. This time is actually insane, by the way. That's a 1640, I think. 1640 mission 2 split on that is very good. A 10 picture upside down 10 seconds later. Yeah, exactly. So, coming up soon, I have two fairly important milestones. One of which is my 1-year anniversary of streaming on Twitch, which is mid-September, late September? I think it's more late September. And the second one is my birthday, which is on the 17th of October. So for the one in September, my 1-year stream anniversary, I already have a fairly nefarious plan chalked up, which is going to be Alien Isolation, but on a cello. As in, I use the cello as my controller. Now, that's kind of nuts, honestly. So, it's an interesting one. I still need to figure out exactly how I'm doing it. But it is ambitious to say the least. This is actually a very, very good mission 2 time, given I got in a locker. Yeah, that's an 18-18, 18-19. Very, very good. Very good. I love that mode. It's actually a very good M2. I'm slightly jealous. Great loot as well. Only one flare. I would like more flares. I don't expect it to be tunable. Well, you never know. I was thinking I would want to have it so that I could toggle the cello. And so I bought an audio cable to connect my cello to my PC. But I might show what happens either at the end of this run or if for whatever reason things go horribly wrong in this run. Because it's not quite as I'd hoped, unfortunately. Because for anyone who doesn't know, I have an electric cello with me, not a regular cello. And I do own a regular cello, but currently in my flat, I brought up my electric cello. Oh, that's not good. 2 shots, 3 shots. 2 shots. Both very low rolls though. And so, one way of doing it, which does work, is using my regular headset microphone, the one that I use for streaming, and just feeding the audio through there. I've already done a proof of concept which shows it does work, but it's not in the cleanest of ways really, because the cello audio will always have to be on. The way I wanted to do it was with a separate audio cable going into my PC. That way I'd be able to have it as a separate input and control, or essentially toggle that on stream. So I could keep my regular microphone input actually working, and so I could commentate over things, and I could keep cello input as like a channel point redemption where I turn it on for a minute or two. And that was how I wanted to do it. But that's not quite gone to plan. So I'm having to be a bit creative. Man, I don't know what's up with my hacks today. My hacks have been really bad today. Compound. I need to remember I'm actually doing locker percent as well and not just make this a just chatting stream. Because every time I do locker percent, I just get chatting and it's really bad. Because I lose concentration so quickly. But yeah, the current plan I have is to feed an audio feed, or to have an audio feed that goes into essentially what's known as an FFT, a fast Fourier transform. That Fourier transform then turns the audio signals, or audio waves, into their constituent frequency parts. Using the frequency parts, I can then separate them out, I can analyze them, select the highest amplitude frequency, and using that highest amplitude frequency, I can then feed that through into a program, which will then essentially feed through something to an auto hotkey script, which will then control the character. That's the plan. Is it doable? I don't really know, but that's kind of my plan. So my initial plan was to use a tool known as GNU Radio, which is a general signal processing tool, something I'm reasonably familiar with because I did my dissertation at university with it, and in general it's something I kind of know fairly well. And so that was my initial plan. I haven't gotten too far on that at the moment, and that's partially because my cello's been broken. In the heatwave that we had in the UK a couple of weeks ago, or even going into last week, one of my cello strings snapped, which has hindered my progress quite significantly, as you could probably imagine. So that has delayed my progress substantially, which I was rather hoping wouldn't be the case. Oh my god. Well. Walking Heidi, you gonna shoot? I never saw the dive. That caught me very off guard. And one useful... I don't even know where you are. 7 lockers, that seems good. One thing that's rather useful about a cello, compared to some other instruments, is that a cello can hold multiple notes at the same time. And... oh my gosh! Josh, thank you so much! This is just meant to be like an extra fun run! Oh my gosh! Josh, thank you so much for the raid. That's incredibly kind. Welcome everyone. We are doing quite possibly the dumbest Alien Isolation speedrun that exists. Like full stop. Which is called Locker Percent. And the goal for this speedrun is to finish the game with the unique catch of we must get in every single locker in the game. And it's chaos. It's utter chaos. It's so dumb. It's one of the hardest speedruns in the game as well, for the sake of no one knows where half the lockers are until we started blabbing out this run. So if anyone has any questions about it, or is like, what the hell are you doing, James? Please don't be afraid to ask. And I was just going on a long old ramble about a category, or a challenge I am doing before long, which is Alien Isolation, but using a cello as a controller. So for anyone who doesn't know, I play the cello. I've been playing the cello for about 21, 22 years, and I am 23. So quite a long time. And I was wondering, is it possible to use a cello as a controller? And so far, it's looking like possibly yes, which is kind of weird. But that should be really fun. How many lockers are there? There are 233 lockers at the moment. Can you play Wonderwall on that? I can, I'd rather not. Josh, how did your stream go? I hope everything went well and you had good fun. Story time, right. I will think of a cello-related story before long. Actually, there's a good cello-related story, which I have told before, but I will say again. And this story involves myself at secondary school. 4 hours on Project Zomboid, then some Silent Hill speedruns. Nice! So, when I was at secondary school, in my first year, so to give a bit of background, I went to a boarding school because my parents wanted me out of their house. I'm kidding. But I went to a boarding school and I was there because I got a music scholarship. They desperately needed a cello player, and back then, for my age group, I was one of the best in the country. And so they gave me a very, very generous scholarship in order to essentially just play the cello there. Which I was like, hell yeah. And so during the course of my first year there, I learned that my biology teacher, of all people, was kind of into jazz. And just before I went to secondary school, I was kind of just like, I was doing some activities at the local university with some of the jazz students there, where they were kind of just teaching younger people a bit about jazz, how to improvise, that sort of stuff. Really, really cool stuff. And so, as the year progressed, myself and this biology teacher would occasionally, I don't know, like once every couple weeks, just play and just start just jamming, playing from what's known as the Real Book, which is a collection of jazz pieces, and just kind of the general chord structures, general tune, and then you can improvise around that. And one day at the end of the year, everything was like winding down. You're kind of doing fun stuff at the end of the year because teachers didn't have any more material. The teacher just caught me as I was coming back from I think it was from supper or dinner, and they said, "Hey James, do you want to play in a garden party?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. I've got nothing better to do." And they're like, "Yeah, cool. Just bring the cello up to the headmaster's house." Like, "Yeah, sure, can do." And I was expecting it to just be a chill thing, play by the headmaster and had some guests there, do what I'd usually be doing. And much to my surprise, I was given no information about this. I want that flare on the way out. And I didn't really realize the level of importance that this garden party had. But my biology teacher asked me, like, "Do you know many James Bond standards?" And I was like, "No, I've never seen any James Bond anything." And he's like, "Okay, well that's a bit of a problem, but not the end of the world." And he's just like, "Yeah, you can just play along." And I was like, "Yeah, cool, can do." And it turns out that at that garden party was Dame Judi Dench, who you may know as someone who is fairly well known in the world of James Bond. And I immediately was just like, "Oh god." This is a private garden party for Dame Judi Dench, and here I am playing music, not knowing a single James Bond thing. And oh, for God's sake, I was just in that mode of like, oh good lord, kind of just not really knowing what to do and panicking a bit. Come on, grab me. This is going to be annoying, this bit, but that's fine. But we'll do what we can. But after a while, started playing Skyfall, which at least I knew the tune of, and I could play the tune. My biology teacher, who is on the guitar, was like, "Cool, I can kind of work with this. I can play chords. You can play the tune." And it was just one of those situations of like, this is so dumb, but also very, very cool. And once we were done playing, I got to have a bit of a chat with her. She was really, honestly, like such a cool person, just very down to earth, very chill. I always remember that as just one of the like most surreal moments I had while just playing the cello. And she is very complimentary and just in general a lovely person. But I kind of went out of that and was like, "Why didn't you give me some warning?" And he was like, "I thought it would be funny," which, fair play, that is very funny on his half, the biology teacher's half, just to kind of drop me in that with no warning whatsoever. Grab the flare, and that was how I ended up playing at a private garden party with Dame Judi Dench. You're a jerk, but that's okay. I did get the flare, yes. 28 lockers? I think that's fine. But that is the story. Hey. Hey, Val and Jake, how you two doing? Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. Just basically chilling with locker percent because I've done this category like 4 times and I've still yet to get a valid run because either I've died at like the end. I got soft locked at the very end of the game. Like legitimately 5 minutes from the end of the game I got soft locked yesterday. I was just like, for God's sake. It was very funny. 10 out of 10 would get soft locked again. 9 out of 10 would rather finish the run, but you know what I mean. There are still lockers in this mission which we haven't got yet, but as a general thing, there are loads of androids there and they're just kind of annoying, so we grab that stuff later. Same with Lorenz. So you may notice I completed the spaceflight terminal, and that was mission 2. We loved that. Done and dusted. It was very funny. Dies inside. Fact, but don't call me out like that. Ugh. No, it's so true though. It was really funny in retrospect. In the moment, I was just like, for God's sake, you've got to be kidding me. But it means that I get to just essentially do another just chatting stream, which I really like. Hey, Callie, how you doing? But yeah, being able to play for Dame Judi Dench was insane. Like, it's just one of those mind-blowing experiences that you're just like, good lord, how did I get myself into this? And it all started with just kind of going up to my biology teacher one day and just saying like, hey, do you want to jam? And everything just flowed on from there. Hey fella, boost me? Oh, I got boosted last time. Okay, thought that was Steve, but it's just a tram.
Cette station dessert Sixon Communication Technologie, Sixon Synthetics et
So hopefully that is an adequate story time for now. Locker hundo? No. No. Regular locker percent. No one has redeemed locker hundo yet. And that's not me asking you to. Now that I've said that, I know exactly what's coming up, because some people have far too many points on this channel. Far too many points. This music, 10 out of 10? Ah, it's kind of just what I love. Alien Isolation VR, if someone buys me a VR headset, I will absolutely do that, but unfortunately, I do not have the money.
dessert la Maison Médicale Saint-Cristobal et
Redeem said if you could choose from 2. Oh yeah, I know it does. Most of the time, it's just whatever I feel like saying. Sorry. I should probably change that.
Je cherche un médecin.
Because sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I want to tell this story. I really should change that. Or I should just write. I need to write down my stories. Because I did write them all down at one point, and then I accidentally reset my computer without saving them. And then just never got back to writing them down, so I need to actually write them down and give people a proper list. Also had an enough after that. But it's also the cursed thing of story time. As people redeem it more and more, I just run out of stories to tell because I'm only human. While I have had some dumb fun things happen in my life isn't just like an action movie, so I will run out of I'll run out of things eventually. But for now, I think we've still got a couple more. AI VR is so much creepier than normal. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm also fairly cursed because now that I know speedrun strats, parts of the game that were really scary just aren't scary anymore.
Je vois.
It's just one of those things of like, oh god. I don't think I could do some of them casually. Your GPU has enough power to run VR? Yeah, that makes sense. Hey Coleman.
Replay.
Oh my god, what are these flares? I love
Mon
it.
ami a besoin d'aide. De matériel
Because we get
médical.
another guaranteed one coming. Wait, there are lockers here. I'm going to need someone to remind me that I'm actually doing locker percent because otherwise I'm just going to forget about lockers. I'm just going to like run the game with a timer, but I go in most of the lockers. This is going to be so dumb. I don't need a flare here, surely. You're doing locker percent, thank you. You got Axel's bum in your face for real. That's true. I don't know if I'd call it a good thing. A 5-minute reminder that you're doing locker percent. If someone can remind me at the beginning of mission 8, that would be grand. I'll probably remember for mission 5 and mission 6. Mission 8 and the beginning of mission 10. That'd be fab, actually. And then mission 18. Here, Coleman is very silly. He's saying the wrong way, but there's a locker here, Coleman. You don't know what you're talking about, silly fella. And we grab this one, which I definitely know where it is. I do speedrun this game, I promise. Oh, I missed the flare. It doesn't matter because we have 5 flares. I could leave this, actually.
C'est ça. C'est dans ce couloir.
So in Mission 5, we actually do leave a lot of lockers. And the reason we leave so many lockers is because as soon as Steve actually gets activated, Steve, for anyone who doesn't know, oh my god, is the alien. It's just a nickname because one syllable is much easier than 3 syllables, and that's basically the reasoning, honestly. And it means that as soon as the alien actually becomes active here, it's very, very difficult for us to get in lockers quickly. So here, we're kind of just going to rush through the rest of the mission, because as good as it is, there aren't that many lockers which are just like significantly faster to get now than they would be later. So we just run around a bit. And rather than do everything now, we'll just do it later. Because we can just come back here at a later time, and it's just much more chill. I think theoretically it would be possible to do everything now, but you'd need some creativity, which currently I'm lacking, so we're doing it the fairly safe and pretty lazy way. Oh, Canberra, thank you for the follow, I do appreciate it.
Enfoiré! Vous saviez que cette chose était ici!
Non, c'est faux. Je pensais qu'elle
Callie!
pour la nuance.
That is illegal. Illegal activities!
On descend au dispensaire.
Thank you so much for gifting us up to Ben. That is very, very kind. Thank you so much. Naughty illegal activities. Gifting subs, honestly. But thank you so much. I genuinely do appreciate that. Yeah, never feel forced or pressured to sub or gift subs or do anything here, really. This is it's just free fun times.
Là, je vais ramasser mes affaires et...
Is this locker percent? It is indeed. How you doing, Ouroboros? I hope you're well. And Callie, seriously, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate that. Here, we're running straight to this. There is a locker that's just on our right, but this means we can actually make use of that running a tiny bit more. Is it a massive difference? God, no. Is it slightly satisfying and makes me feel like I'm doing something slightly more optimal? Yes. And that's what we like. Oh, I'm maxing sensors. Okay, that's not ideal. You are, thanks? Nice. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. We are having a nice chill locker percent at the moment, which may be less chill before long. But hopefully it will just continue to be chill. Oh, you door. I wasn't ready for that whatsoever. So these are 2 of the very few lockers that we're actually getting here. And set up a flare, and set up another flare. I'm actually going to mute the music because I need to hear.
Samuels, il y a un docteur Lingard, officier médical supérieur.
Oh, Steve is actually out of range. Wow.
Sûrement où trouver ce qu'il me faut. Mais avant, il faut que je rétablisse le courant.
Steve being out of range is very, very rare. But it means that you can run, even on Nightmare. No music's fine for you. Yeah, so I do normally have music, but I'm afraid I need to concentrate here. The music's also mostly there for me. Hear the beeps on the motion tracker. Yeah, that's true. One locker here. Then we will hear a beep here. There we go. Where's the beep? Dragon Soul, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. Ah, that coconut song that gets played, yeah. What are the flares for? So, they are distractions. They are used for taking Steve's attention and keeping him in a certain place for a bit of time. I'm going to be dangerous here.
C'est un vrai cauchemar ici, Samuels.
Oh, I don't like that. Ah, this locker. I nearly forgot. Oh, that's Steve.
Samuels, j'ai les médicaments.
That is Steve. I'm gonna play it slightly slow. Hey, Sub-Zero! Thank you for the good luck. How you doing? Safe to run. So a bit of walking, but I got some awkward lockers out of the way. Trying to bait you into redeeming Coconut Ball. Well, the bait seems to have worked. Going to lurk? No worries. Josh, thank you so much for the raid again. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy the food as well. Got to do low percent, lock percent, NMG Nightmare at some point. Oh my god, I can't hack. I can't hack! Oh no! I'm a washed speedrunner! My career is over. Molly. And now we just lag it, essentially. There are loads of lockers we haven't gotten, but that's completely fine, because we come back here. I don't know where the human is. I think they're at the end. I take it back then, in the side room. Okay, ammo is actually good. Wow, loads of ammo. Sound warning in 3, 2, 1. Interesting suggestion of something evil enough. Please no. It's like that crazy person who shall not be named, who advocates for slanderous, heinous crimes such as lootless 100% that shall not be mentioned. In case people can't tell, I am joking. Angie is great. She's fantastic. And you're evil, oh no. We can request, yeah, if people want. I mean, if the category is really mean, I will monkey's paw the hell out of it. But yeah, you can redeem just nonsense categories. I do reserve the right to say no and redeem the point. And refund the points. Just spent 40k on low percent. I know. I still need to do that low percent run. I might do it tomorrow, actually. Though that being said, I still have a Marix no CC nightmare run to do at some point. But I need to find the motivation to run no CC because honestly, I'm just not much of a no CC fan. It's just not for me. So at some point I will do that, but not incredibly soon. But I do need to actually do it at some point and not just keep on putting it off. Backwards only percent? Oh god. At least that's better than crab walk percent. So FPS is allowed? Oh my god, that's so poor. We're losing so much time because I'm a clown. I did also enter like 4 lockers, but that's beside the point. We didn't actually lose any time there either. Oh wait, we did. It's for some reason live segments in real time. Yeah, we lost like 8 seconds. Don't worry, I know you're shitposting, don't worry. Yeah, imagine if I just did like a no CC run, but then just, instead of getting mission 13 clip, I just CC FPS through the door. It's like, oh wow, I did it first try! It's just CC FPS mission 13. Imagine that, it's like, hey Marix, I did it! It's like, nah, I'm not submitting to it. I wasn't particularly happy with it. And then just do the ultimate shitpost of just do all of the really hard no CC things but just as CC FPS. Steve's also a right jerk at the moment. Okay, we're good. Grab that. But yeah, if you suggest a really nasty category, I will Monkey's Paw it. Because if someone redeemed like crouch only, walking backwards blindfolded, I'm gonna Monkey's Paw the hell out of that because I'm not doing that just for my own sanity. Crowd control? I genuinely want to do a crowd control run. Like, very genuinely. That sounds so much fun. Steve's killed all of them. So you can actually tell with that music that Steve has dropped. Yeah, I knew he was being a jerk. Obviously, as this is a no reset run. Oh, that's not the hack. That's okay. That's what I wanted to do. Did crowd control once, it was interesting. Yeah, we're just doing this slow. How do I even set up crowd control for this game? I've never even really thought about the logistics of it. We're gonna kill this fella. Wait, and 1, 2, 3. Never jinxing it again, yeah. I'm just gonna get out of mission 7. Whatever. I was hoping for a good pace, but looks like we don't get a good pace today. $50K for a shot. Works by me. Oh, don't be a jerk. Bonk. Bonk. Listen. Okay, did the job. Damn, what a bad mission 7. Do I go for ladder flex? Yeah, this is a meme category. We definitely go for ladder flex. Oh, poor. Really slow. Yeah, crowd control seems like one of those dumb things. I didn't actually know what you can do in crowd control, or like how much you can do. Damn, really? Plus 25, 27? I must have got like the worst fast mission 7. Or maybe I died in fast mission 7. That makes sense. Oh well, that's fine. Still a little ahead, I think, but not much. Can't really tell with this split layout. Oh, for God's sake. That's like the 3rd time today I've just had inputs eaten. Hey, Sal. Proper sick? Oh no, I'm sorry. Take care of yourself. So you may have noticed that I haven't really done many lockers recently. But I say I'm doing locker percent. We are actually going to resume doing lockers here. Guess the bot say commands in chat and use an auto-hotkey script to execute a program. Gotcha. Parents taking good care? That's nice. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing something similar. I didn't pick up flashbangs. Loot looks good. We can make 2-3 flashbangs. Okay, fine, fine. Why I forgot about flares? Ignore the fact that I'm just a colossal buffoon.
Merde, quelqu'un a tout éteint.
Only thing on telly is Cars 3, oh dear. The run is, outside of not getting fast mission 7, honestly, fairly okay. I'm going to let the Joe out very early here. You can go across and do the lockers first, but this will keep the human occupied for a bit. That being said, I may have to bonk the human. Cheers. So that's all 4 lockers up here. I'm an absolute clown. I can't believe I did that again! Ripley, stop killing the Joe. Oh, I've done this like twice in my locker runs. Oh, why? How am I such an idiot?
J'ai eu quelques soucis, il va me falloir un petit moment.
Okay, well the run is now much worse than it was about a minute ago. Oh, fine. Doing French today, yeah. Thought I'd give it a go. So my hacks are very poor today and my brain isn't working. So oh god, mission, like the end of the run's going to be interesting. It's going to be a disaster. So I'm going to do I'm not going to do Gemini backtrack. I don't think it's worth it. Loren's backtrack is forced anyway. Why is the I've never heard that music there. Interesting.
Ripley, j'ai entendu des voix en partant. Faites gaffe.
And bang, goodbye. So that gunshot just alerts humans. We go here, because I nearly messed up. I forgot that we actually need to get lockers. Unloaded guns, your nemesis. Yeah, sometimes Ripley's just like, you seem to have a fully reloaded gun. What if I emptied it? It's like, Ripley? Ripley, I would rather you didn't do that. It seems as though you have 5 out of 6 bullets in here. Would you like me to empty it? Ripley? I did do that one, so we're just going to grab this. Flashbang. We want 2 flashbangs. Yeah, it's very frustrating when Ripley's just like, Now you see, why did I commit that? Why did I commit? Wait, what? Why did I think I had max ethanol? Okay, my brain has ceased to function. That might be useful. Wait, we have a Molotov? Oh! Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. My brain just didn't register that A, I'd made a Molotov, and B, that I'd committed the ethanol into that Molotov.
Pas de comité d'accueil.
Bon, allez, ramenez-vous. Terminé.
Why is French so much louder than Italian? I haven't changed my audio settings, but French seems to be much louder.
On est en sécurité.
Curious.
Ouais, c'est un plan.
C'était vous.
Un plan.
Vous avez fait
Sérieux?
empêcher le transit?
Ces putains de plans, ils
Bien
n'ont
joué.
pas vraiment réussi jusqu'ici.
Comment va Taylor?
Having a stroke while trying to get through crafting, honestly, yeah. My brain is just not functioning on the crafting menu.
Vous avez réussi
I don't know why.
Je pense qu'on les quitte.
Où est Ricardo?
Il prépare la suite.
Hmm.
Je suis occupé, comme vous pouvez le voir. J'ai mis Marlowe au trou. Vous savez, le voyou qui s'est ramené avec votre boîte noire.
Où est le
Why did I
Ricardo?
panic with the
La
beep?
Isidora.
Il l'a mis en orbite
I heard a beep and was like, wait, that's illegal.
Pas nous donner le code de contrôle
But
pour
they're
qu'il puisse se
humans.
ramener en automatique. Peut-être que vous aurez plus de chance avec ce bon à rien. Allez lui parler.
Good. Grab him, what's it back in a sec.
Qu'il demande.
Je m'appelle Ripley. Je suis de la compagnie.
Déjà là pour vous plaindre que votre boîte est vide. Vous n'êtes pas du genre à lâcher l'affaire.
Je suis là pour des raisons personnelles. Ma mère était sur le Nostromo quand il a disparu il y a 15 ans.
Sérieux? Merde. Mince. Putain. On n'a jamais trouvé son vaisseau, Ripley. Juste la boîte noire.
Ouais, enfin, vous avez bien aussi trouvé autre chose. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé là-bas?
Faut que je foute le camp d'ici, Ripley. Peut-être qu'on peut s'arranger.
Racontez-moi tout. Je veux tous les détails.
Tu me reçois, Lewis?
Agresse-y un peu, Marlowe. Et je te reçois.
Allons-y doucement. Je voudrais bien récupérer la valise en un seul morceau.
Si c'est un morceau que tu cherches, Foster, j'ai quelque chose pour toi, si tu veux.
Je sais pas si j'ai un radar assez puissant pour le
Cool.
trouver.
Bon, vous allez pas commencer. On se concentre sur notre objectif. Je veux aucune erreur.
Catherine so cringe, oh no. Okay, plus 11 is very warranted in that last segment, honestly.
Te voilà. Foster,
Given I made a
gardez
fairly
l'œil ouvert.
grave error. I made a very grave error, but didn't get massively punished for it. I did remember all the lockers, so that's the major thing. Mission 10 is our first real deviation from what we would normally do outside of Mission 4. As Mission 10's hard. In all the other missions, we've mostly just grabbed all the lockers, or just left all the lockers for later. In Mission 10, we don't get that luxury, because we encounter our first, well, yeah, the first locker, or the first set of lockers, whereby you cannot get them later.
Tant mieux. Si c'est un truc mystérieux, alors c'est
Couldn't recognize you so
c'est un
long
peu sa tête de la valve.
without the headset. Oh,
Peut-être bien.
yeah, my headset's just, I don't know. It's probably fairly just like what people recognize, rather than me just like not having it on like this. So it's just got like
Je vais jeter
me.
un œil de plus près pour
Which
voir
is
si je
probably
peux
a very
trouver
different
point
look.
faible. Attendez-moi ici, j'ai besoin d'un coup de main. Heist, par ici, fais-moi la courte échelle.
Oh, are you kidding me? Heist is really that far back. He's so far back I couldn't see his headlamp when I walked towards him. Wow. Sweden but not Finland, I know. That's where ESA was. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'd love to travel a bit more, but
J'ai trouvé un
traveling's
chemin.
expensive,
J'ai vérifié.
and
Vous prendrez votre mal en patience.
I promise I won't go on to UK cost of living talk for too long. But things are expensive in the UK at the moment. It got announced not all that long ago that bills are going to go up fairly substantially, so I think travelling's probably off the cards for me for a fair while. I say a fair while, it's
Ouais,
not
ça va.
entirely off the cards, but
Mais
I'll just need to
c'était
save
moins
up
bien,
more
c'est pas
for
si
it.
loin. Je pense pas que je pourrais revenir par le même chemin.
So, outside of the one trip I already have planned for hopefully January, maybe February, I don't think I'll be travelling all that much. Which is a bit of a shame because I've never really travelled all that much. But I really do enjoy travelling.
Bougez
And
pas. Je crois que j'ai trouvé
I think a
quelque
lot
chose
of it
par ici.
is for places that I would like to go. The main reason I do travel is to travel either to see things with people or to see people. And so, for example, I'm planning on going to Switzerland before that long, because one of my best friends lives in Switzerland. Sound warning, by the way. Sorry, a bit late. And so, rather than traveling to have an experience, I mostly travel for the people. And it means that there are some countries which are beautiful countries, amazing countries, but because I don't have any like close friends or I'm not invited to certain places, I don't really ever end up going to those places, if that makes sense. 80% electric price increase. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's... Oh, I'll steer clear of that topic for now. But yeah, it's not ideal. Maybe birthday stream? Well, I definitely don't anticipate... Well, I don't expect anyone to do that sort of stuff on my birthday stream. I mean, obviously, if people choose to, I will be incredibly grateful, but please don't feel any pressure. And I mean, especially for those in the UK, but I know it also affects a lot of other countries. If you are in a position of financial difficulty, please don't feel bad not subbing, not gifting bits or donations to streamers, because it's so important that you take care of yourself rather than you spend the little money that you have trying to help others. Because yeah, it's I say this talking from my own shoes, but I know other people will have the same opinions, but I hope at least, of take care of yourself, and then if you are able to be generous like that, then consider it for people. But especially if you're in a position of financial difficulty, never feel pressured, because you don't have to. At the end of the day, for all intents and purposes, this can be used as free entertainment, and it should be viewed that way. And that's I never expect anyone to sub or gift bits or anything like that. I am incredibly grateful when people do, but please never feel pressured. And I hope that in other people's streams you would feel the same sentiment. Other people may not share the same opinion I do, but especially when costs are going up around the world, do take care of yourself. Definitely do take care of yourself. Yeah, exactly. The only obligation you have is to take care of yourself and make sure that you're in a position where you can take care of yourself too, because the world's in a bit of a scary place at the moment, on many fronts, and it's not something you can really hide away from. So making sure to take care of yourself is incredibly important, and something I really do urge that people do. Whether it's just a fun thing, having like a nice snuggle watching a movie, being able to get a treat from the shop or something, buying something you don't normally buy, or just to some what I hope would be a kind of basic human right of keeping yourself warm during the winter. Making sure that you do take care of yourself is incredibly important. I love that laugh. Completely different topic, because I don't want to stay on a heavy topic for too long. But I do like some of the French voice acting. It's really well done.
C'était un organisme vivant. Maintenant, c'est à nous. Droit d'exclusivité.
On vendique notre droit de propriété avant de se faire doubler. La Décidora est pas préparée pour un truc aussi gros que ça.
Eh ben, on prendra ce qu'on pourra et on reviendra. Regardez ce qu'on peut trouver d'autre dans le coin.
Oh dear. I need to remember how I was doing Lorenz,
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
because Lorenz is hard.
Le même nom qui est inscrit sur la boîte noire. Le Nostromo. J'ai l'impression que quelqu'un est déjà venu ici.
Peut-être qu'ils ont abandonné leur vaisseau et atterri ici.
J'ai l'impression.
About to cry because of Cars 3? Oh no. Is that crying from cringe or crying because it's emotional? I need to
On va
push this
savoir
guy
ça tout de
really
suite.
far to the
Je
side.
vais trouver cette balise et l'éteindre. Pas envie que d'autres glandus trouvent cet endroit. Foster,
Slowly, kite,
Haste,
slowly.
allez vérifier le souterrain.
Oh, look at that kite. Glorious kiting. Emotional, ah.
Première fois que je vois un truc pareil.
C'est pas humain, ça j'en suis sûr.
Once crashed because he ran over a male to the car. Aw. Yeah, I didn't.
Nix,
Hmm.
j'ai trouvé le signal.
When was the last time I cried? Probably it's a movie. What was it? Spirited Away, a Studio Ghibli film I watched a fair while ago, was something I definitely teared up at. Ghibli films are so well made. Again, going on a very big tangent, but I don't watch films very often,
Mais la balise a arrêté d'émettre.
as I mostly watch films as a social thing. And Spirited Away is... So I first watched a Studio Ghibli film when I was 19, 20? 19. In first year of university, where some flatmates were like, hey, do you want to watch a film with us? And I was like, yeah, sure, go on. And they put on Howl's Moving Castle, which, for those of you who don't know, is a very, very well-known, or the title theme is a very, very well-known piano piece. And it's a beautiful film in and of its own, but I would highly recommend... So the only two Ghibli films I've watched are Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, and those are very, very good films. Very good films. The art style is gorgeous, and even though I wouldn't consider myself an artist in any regard, and I wouldn't have any professional opinions of art, it is so well done. So I would highly recommend it. The other film I watched a while back, but definitely did tear up and cry about, was Marley and Me. Marley and Me is a film about a dog, and without spoiling anything, it gets very, very emotional at the end. And I was on a plane over to the US, and it was the first film I watched, and I was just like sad for the rest of the flight. And it's like, no! So I made a mistake in watching that as my first film, but it was still a very good film. First of you say you haven't films what you haven't cried to. Oh. Honestly, I could probably list the films I've watched ever on both my hands in terms of number. So let's actually have a count of what films have I seen. Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, Marley and Me. Some of the first Harry Potter film.
Si on brise le verrou sur les communications, c'est quoi les codes pour le ramener en pilote autonome?
Vous voulez savoir le reste? Faites-moi ta
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Ah ouais. Bon bah vous savez où me trouver. Wait. Mon écran dans la tour Systech est en train de s'affoler.
I'm already running out of ideas on what I've seen. Oh, Alien. I did see Alien.
C'est par là. Chose pour vous.
Parent Trap, I think I saw? Or is it Tourist Trap? It's one of those. And that's it. I haven't watched very many films.
Les animaux ont peur du feu.
Espérons.
Daniel Radcliffe went to your school. Really? Wow.
Allez prendre une navette de transit et rejoignez Ricardo à la tour Systech.
Oh my god, 2 empty ones? Have you been to Emma Watson's house? Wow. That's really cool. Went to school with her brother. Wow. That is actually very cool. That is incredibly cool, actually.
Vous êtes en chemin?
Yeah, I didn't go to school with, like... Well, actually, that's a lie. I think I went to school with, like... I think it was royalty of what, like a country. I can't remember which one. It wasn't like a particularly big country. I remember it being a fairly small one, but I want to say that person was of, like, royal heritage,
C'est trop tard pour ça, Wait.
which was
Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire maintenant?
kind of
C'est
bizarre.
aller tuer
They
cette
were
enfoirée.
a chill person for the most part. Bit weird in places, but in general pretty chill, which was quite nice. I shouldn't waste time here. I was trying to be greedy with late. Might as well just make a pipe. Smoke? Nah. Flashbang? Make an extra one. Nah. Molly. Do I care that much about muting sounds? Not really. I probably should. Probably. Okay, fine. I'm gonna mute sound effects just because I would like to get out of Mission 10 deathless. I'll mute music when I need to.
Cette station dessert Sixon Communication Technologie, Sixon Synthetics et Génie.
Oh, we're actually running low on scrap. No way. I refuse to believe that. I don't remember that many people that I went to boarding school with.
Cette station dessert Sixon
Je suis dans la tour Systech.
Soyez prudente. Je vois beaucoup de systèmes défectueux dans votre zone.
I didn't find my flashbangs, so we're using this.
Elle est dans le barrage.
But it was cool at the time. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, jeez.
La créature est
That's something that not many other people can say they've ever done.
Du Marshall est plus sûr. Ok, d'accord. Merci. Waits, la créature. Comment on fait pour l'emprisonner?
La tour a été construite pour traiter les composés chimiques précieux trouvés sur la gérante gazeuse. Des mesures de précaution contre le piratage.
I'm trying to think if I've been into like... I mean, outside of Dame Judi Dench, I haven't really met that many like celebrities.
Et ensuite, Ricardo l'enferme. L'entrée devant est
I'm going to take a safety save here.
terminale à la réception pour ouvrir la porte.
Taisez-vous, ne courez pas. Allez au bureau du Marshal. D'accord, merci. Si vous avez besoin de provisions, le code du bureau du transit, c'est 0482.
Do I take a safety save? Nah. I take it back, I do. I heard that beep and was like, no, this is going to be chaos.
Ensuite, les portes de l'entrepôt des provisions, les portes de l'accès à la maintenance et à la réception du centre du serveur.
Come on, Steve. Let's play a game.
Accès à la maintenance verrouillée.
Affirmatif, Ripley.
Where are you? You're up here. I saw that door open. Good. Cold and sweating, don't know if you want the blanket on or off. God, I do not have fond memories of having COVID and having that just be my life for like a week. Good. You can kind of hide in this corner here, and you will never get slammed, which is nice. But we're now on just like chaos patterns.
Connecté à Ripley? Je vous ai déjà connecté. Ripley, il y a une commande d'annulation pour initialiser le verrou d'urgence.
And then this now. Game. Thank you.
Ricardo, réception du centre du serveur bouclé.
Bien joué. Va dans la grappe de serveur. Discretos. J'ai prévu une fermeture d'urgence sur le terminal dans la grappe de serveur. Tu dois la déclencher de là pour t'enfuir. La sortie est ouverte jusqu'à ce que tu sois dehors. Ensuite, je referme le piège.
Two lockers now, because they're awkward. Around here, because that vent is a nightmare. Steve is down. That subtitle was very useful, actually. Good. How could I tell? So the dialogue said unidentified species, which means that you know that Steve is down. Because the androids will only ever say that if the alien is near them. Okay, my first like decent hack of the day, jeez. So, we've actually got some work to do now.
T'as une sortie pour moi, Ricardo.
Because there are a lot of lockers here.
Oh merde.
Désolé, je fais ce que je peux.
Come on. Oh my gosh. Relayan, thank you so much. That's incredibly kind. Thank you so much for the sub. Sorry, you called me at a very off time, but thank you so much. That is really kind.
Mais j'ai pas plus de temps.
Steve? Up. Let me go in my lockers.
Ça y est, c'est bon. Ripley, sors de là maintenant.
That Steve? Oh, it is. Fine. Had to play that slightly on the safe side. Yeah, really, thank you so much. That is very, very kind of you. I do appreciate that an awful lot. Wait, why am I doing this? You don't have to. No, that's a lie, I kind of do.
Ricardo, comment t'as réussi à l'ouvrir?
Okay, I can work with that.
C'était la seule façon de
I can work with that.
On l'avait enfermé et tu l'as laissé.
That's a lot of fuel! Please!
Coincé là-bas.
Ah! Oh, what is this?
Je suis à Gemini, Waits.
Il faut qu'on remette le courant.
I'll get that later.
Vous allez devoir utiliser le roue de charge. Mais je n'ai pas vu marcher depuis que Simpson a
I will get this now, though.
de Gemini.
I should have got this later. Doesn't make much of a difference. I don't want to bring Steve down here. Sod off, Steve. Here, we are going to try and get as many lockers as we can here. Because we don't want much of a Gemini backtrack.
Donc la sécurité est toujours en ligne.
Ok, assez bavardé maintenant.
Come on. Game! This is really bad. Oh, you jerk. Come on. I'm going to need to pop a save reload somewhere. Oh, that camera. I should have gone the other way. I should have gone to the right rather than the left. That was my bad. Don't insta drop. This can get very ugly.
Connexion de la zone réhabilitée.
Oh, for God's sake. Come on.
Dites-moi où sont les disjoncteurs, Waits.
Il y en a un dans le laboratoire d'analyse.
There are two lockers in there, which we actually kind of have to get now. We don't really have an option. We technically do, but I'm not playing those games. Hello, goodbye. Oh my god. No. Thank you. We are dangerously low on flamethrower fuel already. Dodge that. Here. Hate that. Where are you? Oh, sod it. Whoa! That's illegal! You can't do that! Okay, we're going out this way. Screw you, Steve. Oh, jerk. Okay, this is one of the most feisty Steves I've ever seen. Don't be here. Think. This first. Oh, okay. Sound alerts are muted, guys, in case you aren't aware, because I need to focus. So I do apologize that you've been scamming yourself. Sorry. Stop dropping. Good, you're going this way. No quacks, not for the time being, I'm afraid. I really need to pay attention here, I'm afraid. Then this is just a safety strat, because I'm running low on fuel. Drop here, shoot, then go up. Loses 10 seconds, but could save it by not having Steve drop. No Steve. We might be dead.
Demande de vérification de maintenance dans le secteur. Un camion de service est envoyé sur place.
Voilà, l'ascenseur est en ligne, Ripley.
I knew I played that dangerously.
Dirigez-vous vers un endroit appelé Projet KG348. Dites-moi quand vous y serez.
You didn't see me. Good, you actually didn't see me. We are far from out of the woods. I'm just going to play this safe. I really don't want to reload my flamethrower. Yo, Jack, come here. Where are you? I'll accept that slam. No, we're good, we're good. Okay, I have to reload now. We can't get 3 bursts out of this. Yeah, I have to reload. I'm surprised the Joe didn't see me. We have to play cautious here. He's in a vent. You could hear that kind of like hiss, the breathy sound. Good. We're missing 3 lockers. That's 1 in the lobby and 2 in the side room. Oh, breathe. But we are far from done.
Wait, j'y suis.
Toujours derrière vous.
2 flares.
Je crois que oui.
Sweet.
J'ai une idée. Allez au labo.
Steve, you're a jerk. I missed a locker. Okay. Here we just need this locker, but we also have to loot that body. The reason for that is there's a key card on that body. Don't play risks here. Good. That's the locker I meant to go in. Loses like 2 seconds to get it now. Nothing big. Charge pack, unfortunate. Ah, damn. I was hoping to be able to get my flashbang there, but my cursor was in the wrong position. Okay. Oh god, this is stressful. Don't drop. He sounded like he was just about to.
J'y suis, Waits.
On peut séparer le labo de la station principale.
Go deep.
Mettez-le en ligne et les systèmes.
Reasonable. Not great, but reasonable. He should drop near instantaneously there. It's always principled to check the motion tracker there. Unfortunately, as I thought. He's just slightly too close. Surprised when you get into a locker. Honestly, I don't blame you. I thought I had a beep. Evidently not.
Ça y est, le courant est revenu.
Oh god.
Maintenant, reconnectez les systèmes du labo à Sébastopol depuis la console qui se trouve dans le labo
Don't be
central.
locked onto me.
Fuite de matière dangereuse confirmée.
Going this way.
Lancement de matière dangereuse détectée. Attention, veuillez garder votre calme et reprendre la sortie la plus procédure de décrochage de l'unité.
Might just be dead.
Veuillez vous éloigner des portes.
I legitimately don't know what Steve's doing. I would have been very sad if I died.
Unité en attente du rétablissement de qualité.
Wait, we still need 4 lockers?
Proche et attendre la
I forgot the locker at the beginning.
d'urgence.
Balls. I can make an unusual backtrack.
Démarrage de la précipitation du SAS.
Gotta go? No worries. Take care of yourself, Sal. Game, really?
Précipitation du SAS, 25% effectuée.
Sometimes the game is such a jerk when it comes to lockers. There you go. Whoa! Peace.
SAS, 50% effectuée.
Goddamn novice Steve. Because now I'm losing time when going to the other lockers.
Pressurisation du SAS,
The cleanest of triple bursts, and he's just like, nah. Oh, I can work with that. Don't.
Pressurisation du SAS, ouverture du SAS.
Pretty big of you, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. This is still less time loss than just going for all of the lockers regularly.
Pressurisation du SAS, ouverture du
Can't hear a damn thing, so we're just going. Okay. Quacks are back on the menu. Sounds like it's unmuted. Hmm. Okay, so
Hé Hé Est-ce que quelqu'un m'entend?
Ripley, c'est vous?
we
Ouais,
have made a slight cock up
c'est moi.
by not going and getting all of the lockers in KG.
Vous m'avez enfermé.
However,
Vous avez éjecté
it's
la
recoverable.
bombe dans l'espace.
Voyez,
Hey, Sloth, it's a lot of lockers. Yes, it is. There are an ungodly amount of lockers. 233 known lockers.
M'utiliser comme un pas. Me laisser crever.
Which is definitely a lot. I like some of these translations. Because I'm not the best with French myself. But I do recognize Waits just saying, shit, Ripley, shit! Sod off. Okay. That was very unnecessary, but that guy was being a jerk. You can definitely hear more, like, or I can recognize far more just French swear words than I can Italian ones. That's just because I know some of the French ones.
Pas grâce à Waits.
Okay, we definitely need to heal. But fortunately, we have another lovely mission where there are no lockers.
Laisse tomber.
So it's just
Tu m'as
kind of
fait sentir
chilling.
au final.
This mission's not very hard in all missions. You can take a lot of damage if you're not careful, but most of the time, it's pretty chill. Also, I should probably bind some items. Would be useful. 0. I didn't manage to bind the flashbang. The medkit's the only one we actually care about. Oh. Yeah, all in all, not a very bad mission 10. Just a costly one for fuel. Having to reload your flamethrower in Novice is not the best. But we wouldn't have made it without doing that.
Y a un problème avec ces putains d'androïdes depuis que je suis arrivé.
I think that's flamethrower fuel that I missed.
Super.
I wonder if I don't think I did. I need to add a command for my playlist at some point. I need to add more music to it. It's always just trying to, like, it's a very difficult thing to try and find music that fits the vibe of the stream, because it's kind of like a chill but still has a little bit of energy sort of vibe. I hate that position, but that's okay, we can work with that. Don't you grab me. Okay, fine, I can work with that. Do you mind? The dumbest thing is the Nightmare Joe would have just let you walk past him. You're good.
Chasser qui? C'est-à-dire? Wait, il y a des stores de sécurité qui me barrent la route. Vous pouvez les ouvrir? Wait.
I don't know why he took so long. Oh, I completely forgot to make noise. Fortunately, it's not a big deal. Oh, Ripley, for God's sake. So that's a perfect example of Ripley having 5 out of 6 bullets and then just unloading the revolver. No stun baton charge, 2 shotguns. 2 shotguns? 2 shotgun shells. Imagine Ripley dual wielding shotguns. It would be great. Just bam, bam. I always worry I'm just gonna get grabbed by that guy one day. He's just gonna be like, ha, you thought you could get past. And it's loot o'clock. Go on, Ricardo.
Les androïdes là
I
sont
got that.
Quoi, putain? Pourquoi? J'en sais rien. Mais
Um,
Samuels doit le savoir. Waits lui a demandé d'accéder à Arlo. Taylor ou Marlowe?
I really enjoy Undertale music.
Très bien.
Thank you for the lurk, I do appreciate it.
Ricardo?
Smoke bomb, because why not?
Ricardo, si je pars à la recherche de Samuels, tu peux gérer cet endroit?
If you haven't played
Ferme les yeux,
Undertale, I would highly recommend it.
Reste ici.
Ricardo, j'ai besoin de
It's a
toi.
very, very
Est-ce
good
que tu peux
game.
t'occuper de la station et assurer mes arrières? Ricardo,
Ouais, bien sûr,
Reasonable
pas de
loot.
problème.
reste ici.
Pipe bomb,
Verrouille les
we
portes
do
et
have
laisse
one.
entrer personne.
Probably should start
Occupe-toi de me
committing
guider. Je
slowly.
reviendrai te chercher.
Yeah, on the way out that Joe is much more annoying. 6 revolver. We should be fine. Don't be on the stairs, please. Please don't be on the stairs. Yes. This guy's chill. He's just slow. Stun with uncharge, I like it. Being able to hack this door now would be so nice. Been watching Real Civil Engineer on YouTube, nice. I think we're pretty good on loot, honestly. Nice, okay. All things considered, an acceptable mission 11. Not good. Sorry, not great, but not bad.
Cette station dessert la maison médicale Saint-Cristóbal et
Sexone synthétique, c'est subactif. Rip, je sais pas si j'y arriverai.
Ricardo, il faut que tu te concentres. T'es responsable maintenant.
Responsable de quoi? Une sale tête de cadavre? C'est la merde.
Concentre-toi, Ricardo. Si Samuel s'arrive à consulter Apollo, il pourra calmer les hémorroïdes. On en aura enfin fini.
So now we're doing our backtrack, and this would be the place to use a save load, for sure, but it's a very awkward place, and I don't really know how to do it best, and it's more than possible that a save load could lose time, so might back onto this one first. So I've yet to implement a good save warp here. Oh, good piece. I love this track. Some of the Donkey Kong Country tracks are just so good. I've got like 5 of them on my playlist. They are just strong. I need to remember that I have actually got some of these already. I should have taken a save. I've already thought of a save warp that's probably good. David Wise, I know. He's such a good composer. And apparently just a really nice person as well. Which brings me onto a pretty good tangent, actually. There's some composers I really love, but they're not the nicest of people, which makes it kind of a conflicting thing to like. And from my understanding, one of those people is Jeremy Soule, composer of the Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim soundtracks, where he's not done anything like awful, but he's just a bit of a jerk to people apparently. To my knowledge, if he has, please inform me, but yeah, it always makes me a bit sad when it's like, there are these people who, like, I mean, I can put a lot of who I am today and my taste in video games, music, down to the Oblivion soundtrack and Jeremy Soul's compositions, because, I mean, even though it's definitely a little bit of hyperbole, they are insanely, like, important and monumental for me, and just, like, who I am. But David Wise, from what I've heard, is just also a really cool guy, which is so awesome. I should have got this 1 second to keep the door open, but that's okay. Yeah, you can improve on lockup percent by, after opening the door to this bit, go back and save, come back, do what I'm about to do, and then at the end of at the end of M5 stuff, just reload. Should save a bit of time. Not much, but a little bit. And at the end of the day, a little bit is really what matters. No locker there. Yeah, I've got such a, like, such a strong sense of nostalgia for a lot of older pieces of music. And when I say older pieces of music, I mean older game pieces of music. Ah, damn it. Could have saved the T505 terminal. Ooh, I don't dislike that idea. I, in fact, very much like that idea. Good idea. Very good idea, actually. Why does it say 25 out of 26? Because there's one more locker. There is one locker that we cannot obtain until after mission 15, which requires us to have the gas mask. And so in mission 15, we'll pass through mission 6 area anyway, but there's a very angry alien. So we have to get it then, unfortunately, which does make our life a bit scarier, but that's okay, because that's also something very similar to what we do in 100%, which means I have a trick up my sleeve for that, which is good. Makes my life easier, and I can do with my life being a bit easier, because there is a lot to remember in this category. There is... Oh, I should have picked up that revolver ammo. The one nice thing about... Oh, you jerk. Bonk. We can actually loot stuff and keep the loot, which is kind of nice, actually. Oh, this music again. I'm just going to ramble about music, because, honestly, music's, like, such an important thing. And I don't know if other people have this as well, where it's an important thing for them too. But for me, music's, like, massive for me. Where I kind of define who I am quite heavily on music as well, as various other things, of course, but for me, I absolutely adore music. I mean, I've been doing music-related things essentially as long as I've lived. Realistically, I mean, I've been playing the cello since I was 2, or even before, I can't even remember. I've always done music, I've always listened to tons of music, and for me, the music I listen to is also, like, such a... I don't know how to put it, really, but it's such an important thing for me. And so every bit of music on my playlist always has a story behind it. And this track is no different. So this track is part of the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. But this is when it was remade for Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS and Wii U. And back when I was 15, or just going into 16, I believe, the Super Smash Bros. Game was released. And I'm a fairly big fan of Super Smash Bros. As a fun little tidbit, the first game I ever speedran was Super Smash Bros. Brawl's Subspace Emissary, which I believe I got to a peak of 8th, and then never really did much more. because I just moved on with the game. Kind of hit a wall. But man, Smash 4 was like such a fun game for me. I didn't play it for that long, but the initial bit where it's just chilling playing it with friends was so much fun. Loved it. Curious. You shouldn't be here, Jay. I've been thinking about just doing like a chill one-off run of Super Smash Bros. Brawl again. Just seeing like how much I remember. Might be a fun thing to do. Not like I won't be good at it, but it might just be fun. And I think that could be, I don't know, maybe it would just be an awful stream idea, but at the same idea, it also might be kind of interesting. I also found a glitch for that game, which I was very pleased about, because finding glitches in games is difficult at the best of times, but especially for games that have been out for a long time, it's even harder. So, for example, finding a glitch in Alien that isn't already known about is very difficult. You can probably imagine why I was very, very happy when I found out how to kill Axel, because, well, not only is it a way of killing Axel, but it's also a major glitch. Well, I'd say it's a major glitch that wasn't really known about, and that's really cool. But the glitch I found is a very specific glitch, but it allows you to store characters and take characters into missions that you shouldn't be able to take them into, which is inherently not that impactful. However, in one of the cases, oh, for God's sake. Oh, okay. Take it slow. There we go. In one of the missions, it actually ended up saving a bit of time, which is really kind of cool. I don't know if it ended up getting used or not, but because it was a frame perfect trick to perform, easily repeatable. But obviously, if you tried doing it multiple times and failed it, then it started losing more time than it saved. But it was a very fun thing to find out, and it made me go like, yo! It's just a cool thing. And so, I don't know, maybe it would be an awful idea, but I might do it at some point. Because I've got the Dolphin emulator. I've got the real game on console as well, but don't have that with me. But I think the record got lowered by like 10-15 minutes when I stopped running. Just because people were like, yo, you actually just grind ILs. And at that point it's like, oh, it's kind of lost some of its charm for me.
Ricardo, j'y suis. On dirait que les synthétiques viennent ici pour mourir.
Because I never really did it very seriously. I did it in that sense of enjoying the challenge, and it was fun to try and grind my time down, but as soon as I hit that wall of like, yeah, you're not going to make much progress unless you invest a serious amount of time in it, I was kind of like, okay, fine. I've had my fun. Well, I don't think I've quite hit that same point in Alien yet, which is nice, where I'm still reasonably motivated to try and get my times down in certain categories, but I am definitely starting to feel it a bit where it's like, I've done a lot in this game, and it's if you end up just not having fun while speedrunning, sometimes it's best just to step back and take a break, because maybe it's just like a very frustrating time, or you've just had a string of bad luck and you're just like, oh man, it just sucks. But for me in that game, I kind of realized once I hit a certain time, like, oh, it's just not fun anymore. And that's why I stopped, really, because yeah, exactly, so you're meant to have fun. Because at the end of the day, I mean, if streaming is like your sole job, then fair enough, fun can be less considerable. But especially for someone like me, for example, where I'm definitely not making a living off streaming, and it's something I do for fun, it's important to just make sure that it is fun. And I imagine, well, realistically, 99% of streamers will be in the same boat, whereby you're not going to be making a living off of it, and you can actually have some fun. And I think it's important to try and just make sure that you are enjoying yourself. Welcome to the game of which would you choose? Burger or pizza? Pizza. No question. Yeah, I'm a big fan of pizza, mostly because I find there's more variety in pizzas. Cat or dog? Personally, I am more of a dog person, but I really do like both. And to kind of elaborate on that, it kind of goes in both ways. If it's the choice of a bigger dog or a cat, I'll take the bigger dog. But if it's a choice of smaller dog or cat, I'll take the cat. Because I'm not really a fan of small dogs. And by small, I mean like tiny dogs. Something like a beagle, for example, is like realistically the smallest dog I would ever go. Music or movies? 100% music. Yeah, I don't watch movies really. But music is just such a huge part of who I am that it's also a case of like, if I could go blind or deaf, obviously I would not voluntarily go either, but hearing for me is such an important thing that I think I could work without sight, even though obviously it would suck, more than I could work without hearing. Books or movies? Personally, I prefer books more than movies. But that being said, I haven't read any books recently, which is quite bad, I know. I still do read a fair amount, but it's less physical books now. What about musical movies? So, funny you say that actually. Musicals are also something I've never really watched. But it was back in, I believe, January, and some of you may remember this story from a very, very long time ago. But when I had an event for work up in London, which very rarely do, but the occasion arose whereby I did. And one of my colleagues from work, who I'm fairly good friends with, after all the stuff was done, was like, hey, do you want to go just see if we can see Hamilton? Because Hamilton was showing in London. And I was like, yeah, sure. Very clearly not knowing what I was getting myself into. And I was like, okay, sure, yeah, it sounds like good fun. I didn't know how expensive the tickets were. And so we got to the front desk, and they were like, yeah, we still got some tickets. Which we were like, oh cool, because the showing was like in half an hour from when we got there. And they were like, yeah, it's £75 for this one, 150 for this one, and 225 for this one. And we were both like, oh well, I was like, oh god, what have I got myself signed up for? And so I kind of quietly nudged and said like, is there anything a bit cheaper? And I asked this colleague, and she was like, yeah, is there anything a bit cheaper that we could potentially have? Plain water, Pretty Kitty, though I do really like both. Plain water because it's cheaper. I do really like fizzy water, but only when it's combined with stuff. Things like fizzy apple juice, I adore. But yeah, eventually we got stuff, something for 20, I think it was like almost £40. And we were like, fantastic, because it was box seats, last minute to Hamilton, and it was amazing. And so it's one of those things which is super cool. And in fact, on my desk, I even have this little thing, which is a little memento, if I kind of hold it up, which is the Hamilton ticket, which is super cool. And so that was up in London. Couch or armchair?
Sinon là, je suis triste d'être
Probably
mortel pour
a couch.
moi. J'essaie d'accéder au schéma de Simpson.
I don't know, a sofa for me just feels much more communal.
Ok.
And
Rouge en premier.
I personally don't have either in my flat. Well, because furniture's expensive. But
Vous le voyez?
I always wanted like a sofa because a sofa is much nicer just because you can share it with someone.
Connecté. Après.
And that's kind of a common theme in general with me. I really like just sharing things. Restaurant or home cooked. Home cooked. So I haven't been to a restaurant in 4 years? 3 years. I take, arguably that's incorrect. At ESA there was technically a restaurant there. Restaurant style thing. But I always prefer home cooked. I never get takeaway. The last time I got takeaway was 8 years ago. 8 years? 6 years. Wait, no, 8 years, yeah, that is right. So I haven't had takeaway in a very long time. I haven't ordered takeaway for myself for a very long time. So, yeah, I'd have to say home cooked.
Vous avez fait ça pour moi.
I love this music so much. Oh, I just didn't go for for cartwheel joy. I just registered that. Don't know how I didn't go for that.
Ricardo. T'es là, réponds.
Popcorn or crisps? Crisps. Popcorn? I don't know. I've never been a fan of popcorn. Well, I've never been a big fan of popcorn, excuse me. I still do like it, but it's never something I've been crazy for.
Je vais faire en sorte qu'Apollo lève le verrou.
Oh, that's my bad. I was greedy. I didn't respect that Joe till. Nightmare, that would have been fine. Novice, not so much. Yeah, I'm not that big on either, to be fair. As far as like snacky things go, I tend to have biscuits. But even then I don't have like many biscuits.
Vas-y, balance.
I mean, I do have my old classic, the Jammy Dodger, with me.
Moi, c'était Laure, chef de secteur chez Wayland Utah.
La grosse artillerie, elle est passée où?
Apple or banana? Apple.
Laisse Ripley en
And that's because I'm allergic to bananas, technically. I've kind of inherited it from my mum. I am minorly allergic to bananas. Even though I really do like bananas still and will eat them, I do prefer apples.
Conversation est enregistrée.
But both are fruits I would say are pretty low down on my tier list of fruits. I'm much bigger fan of things like blackberries, strawberries, raspberries especially. Adore raspberries.
Faut juste que tu me fasses sortir.
Ta proposition me paraît acceptable. C'est quoi ton deck?
But then things like pineapple, kiwis are fantastic. Passion fruits are adorable. Like, I love those. Ice cream or cake? Cake. I very rarely have ice cream. And part of that is just due to the cost. Ice cream's incredibly expensive. And most of the time I just don't feel like I can afford it. So cake is something I eat more often. Mostly because I do quite enjoy baking. I haven't done it in a fair while, but I still do really enjoy it. We're very good for stuff at the moment. We'll lose time in 16, but that's fine. A lot of time in 16.
Navette à destination de l'unité centrale Apollo, Tour-Simon de Sébastopol.
Yeah, I'm fairly basic when it comes to cakes I like. Just a nice vanilla cake with some icing. I love lemon drizzle cake. I like chocolate cake if it's not too chocolatey. Chocolate cake is very much I find if it's too rich, I go off it very quickly. But again, in general, I don't really have cake often at all. It's one of those very nice treaty things, but in general I tend to try and be quite healthy where possible. I'm one of those boring people.
Ricardo, l'entrée est bloquée.
Il doit y avoir des schémas utilisés pendant la visite des acheteurs de Sébastopol. Il y a peut-être une porte arrière.
Ok, voyons. Il y a une liaison électrique jusqu'au noyau d'Apollo. Je peux l'utiliser.
Tu penses pouvoir passer?
Éteindre les systèmes électriques, respirer un bon coup, se plier en 4. Fastoche.
Usually get a donut. Donuts are good. I haven't had donuts in so long.
Ça va faire mal de ramper dans un couloir sous tension, non?
Je vais l'éteindre d'abord.
Yeah, as for... I don't normally get, like, pastry things. House or apartment? House. I would love a house. Obviously, I'm still quite young, so it's a bit unrealistic to just want a house this early, but
C'est bon.
having a house would be very nice.
D'Apollo ici. On dirait que tu peux accéder par l'arbre de la turbine.
I find a house is much more easy to kind of feel like it's yours, whereas an apartment, I don't know, an apartment's very often good or bad based on the people around it. For example, if you live above someone, or sorry, if someone lives above you and you've got like really noisy people above you, then it can really mar the experience of living in an apartment. But at the same time, it can be a lot easier to meet people in an apartment. So, it's an interesting one there. Node Palace, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well.
Ça va être tendu.
Yeah, I suppose as I don't really live in... Well, I very much don't like living in the city. I hate living in the city. Wanting a house is much more of a thing for me. There's this ice cream sold by Sainsbury's with chocolate cake pieces in it. Ah!
Jusqu'ici. Il faut que j'essaie.
Lurking in the shadows. Ah, thank you. Come on, blocker. Sometimes you have to just literally go off it and then it takes ages to get in the locker. Don't do it anymore and haven't found anyone else that does. My favourite ice cream is cookie dough ice cream. I adore cookie dough ice cream. It is very much a guilty pleasure of mine, which I do not have often, but it's still incredibly nice. I don't know where the chair is. Ah, there you are. Oh, this play here. Yeah, I had ice cream when I was last at my parents' house, but since then, I haven't had it in a very long time. Oh, don't force me out. Ah, you can do that. Small garden, big garden. As a kid, I would have said big garden, and I probably will still say big garden, but big gardens are a lot of effort. And it's a lovely thing to have a big garden, but at the same time, I feel like they're only really manageable if you can pay someone to help manage them, or if you have a lot of free time to manage them properly. Because I personally would not be able to do a big garden justice while also being able to keep up with my current hobbies, which personally would make me feel bad about it. Roller coaster or Ferris wheel? Depends on who I'm with, which is a very unsatisfying answer, I know. But in general, if I was with someone who I wanted to just have like a nice chill chat with, then Ferris wheel. If I was with people where I didn't really know them that well, and it was like I was okay just kind of doing something with them without having like a really meaningful conversation, then I would probably go for a roller coaster. Oh, you jerk. Hate gardening. Yeah, so when I was 17, I used to work as a gardener for a bit, and it wasn't the most enjoyable, but it did pay well, to be fair. It was also very heavy on manual labor, and I was fit then, but I wasn't strong. Wow, finally broke the curse. 7 greens in a row, and finally we break it. Left for Hundo. Yeah, I suppose a lot of kind of social things, it depends on who I'm with, because sorry, it depends on how close I am to someone, because with people I'm really close with, I'll normally have much more like open conversations, much more kind of like conversations from the heart. Whereas if I'm with people who I don't know that well, and this is the side that the stream normally sees, because well, I don't feel comfortable broadcasting things I get either self-conscious about or that sort of stuff feel strongly about in the way of it's something very dear to me. I don't really feel comfortable exposing those for fairly obvious reasons. Sports car or station wagon? Probably. I'm not big on either, but I'd say sports car. I'm not big on driving. I really don't enjoy driving much, but I imagine it could be fun if you lived in a place that worked well for it. Like, where I live at the moment is not a good place for driving. Coffee or tea? I'm gonna, well, I would kind of have to pick tea because I've drank coffee once in my life and never since, whereas I occasionally have herbal teas. And herbal teas are kind of good for me because they don't have caffeine, and that's the reason I drink them. I wouldn't call it an allergy as such, but caffeine does not go well with me. Like, caffeine is a real no-go for me. So, yeah, in general, neither. I don't have any energy drinks, fizzy drinks, like soda drinks, none of those. Because they really don't go well with me. Caffeine, rather than just making me more like awake, just makes me go like 50,000 times more anxious. Because I mean, I get pretty anxious anyway. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it suffering from anxiety, probably would, but I'm a very anxious person in general, and whenever I have like any caffeine, it just makes life so much worse, so it's just not worth it for me. Sod off. Biscuit or scone? Probably biscuit. I do enjoy scones quite a lot, but I eat biscuits more often. I do enjoy scones a lot though. Also, pronunciation thing, and I'm curious for basically anyone who says with this, rather than just UK folks. But do you say scone or scone? Because I've heard both, and it's one I've always been curious about, because where I've grown up it's always been scone, but scone is never something I've really heard, and I grew up in a very kind of like posh area. The latter, interesting. Yeah, everyone near where I lived has always said scone, and essentially where I grew up was, imagine a time capsule from like the 1950s, but in a village form. That's essentially it. Never been exposed to scone as a word. I can't blame you for that. From Denmark. Fair enough. I mean, there's no right or wrong way of saying it. And I definitely won't change opinions of people based on how they do say it. I always love linguistic differences. For example, just in how people pronounce things. And in the US and UK, for example, there are subtle differences in just how you pronounce certain things, for example, because, well, as I've got family from both. For example, tomato, tomato. And I think it's just always such a cool thing. Yeah, colour or colour, exactly. Different spellings, different ways of saying things. Z or Z. I find that sort of stuff really cool. Blonde or brunette? Don't really know, honestly. I don't have any major disposition either way. I suppose if I had to choose? No. It's kind of, I don't really mind. I don't really have any major disposition either way. I'm gonna pick the in-between one, and just say both. Coin toss, essentially, take your pick. When it comes to things like that, it's so much more just like the person whose hair is on the head, if that makes sense. I was a bit close there. Whose hair? Yeah, the owner of the hair, put it that way. Don't really have a preference. Yeah, I suppose, well, partially diplomacy because on stream, and partially I don't really have much of a preference, but mostly diplomacy for this point. We'll say that. Because, yeah, it's... I don't want people just to say, like, yeah, I don't want it to get misconstrued of, like, being mean to these people. Yeah, it's... I guess it's kind of a cop-out, but I hope you understand.
Ricardo, t'es déjà allé au réacteur?
Let's get rid of
J'ai des
these.
informations dans un réacteur.
Bus or train? Train, definitely. For me, the train's just so much more chill. Oh, that was a cap there, damn. I don't need it. Yeah, I've always found buses far more stressful. And that's partially due to UK buses. UK buses are very meh. As well as often being hours late. And that's not an exaggeration. The longest I've ever had a bus late is 1 hour and 57 minutes. Yes, I did count. Ah, missed. Relax, Mr. Baker. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Yeah, especially in the UK, trains tend to be much better, but to be fair, neither's very good in the UK. But yeah, the buses around here are god-awful. I wish I could say something positive about the buses here, but they're just not. Going to bus for 400k ride to the pain, definitely. Yeah, I think train in general. Trains are both cheaper and faster and more comfy here. I say both, they're all of the above here. So, I also prefer the vibe of trains. Trains are just more chill, which I do like. Whereas buses feel a lot more claustrophobic. Yeah, exactly. Legroom is nice, walking about if need be. That one. I want this now. It's very bad if you don't get this one now. So Nest is very, very stressful. So I will be muting sound. Ski trip or beach? Ski. So I'd always wanted to go skiing until like a couple years ago. And I finally ended up doing it, and oh my god, it was amazing. I adored it. And that's part of the reason as to why I'll be hopefully going back to Switzerland before long. Because I thoroughly adored that trip. Good. We're going to actually play it very, very chill here.
Silence radio, Ricardo.
I couldn't remember if I got this one. Cross-country skiing or downhill? For me, downhill skiing. I've never done cross-country skiing, though it does seem like a fun thing to do. Why am I playing this so safe? Come on. You have to play safe here. There we go. Apple or Android? I mean, currently I have an Apple phone, but that's because it was given to me. Essentially as a hand-me-down. I don't really mind. Apple can be a bit easier to use, which I do like. But Android also interacts with many more things, so I'll go Apple, but again, no real hard feelings either way. Yeah, so you can despawn facehuggers that way. It's quite useful. Steve, don't be a jerk. Beer or wine? Neither. I don't drink alcohol. But either way, wine. They die of old age, I know. I have had beer in the past. I hated it. I have had wine and it was okay. So, by process of elimination. Wine wins. Uh-oh. Sure. This is going to be bad. Don't drop here. I thought I had Steve drop the other side, so that's why I took the gunshot. You are a jerk. Cool, good. Al's in one piece.
Ricardo, je peux détruire le nid.
Ripley, t'as assez risqué ta vie pour aujourd'hui.
Je peux allumer tous les noyaux.
Fortunately for Ness, we can just do it normally. No lockers here.
J'essaie pas de te faire changer d'avis.
Ness went surprisingly well though. A bit slow, but comfortable.
Des circuits de surcharge d'urgence envoient l'excès d'électricité dans les batteries du condensateur électrique. Si je les découpe et décharge le système, l'évacuation sera externe. Le nid sera en plein dedans.
One green.
Trouve juste un point pour t'accrocher.
Possible. Oh my god, okay, fine, whatever. Kind of pushed me in the right direction at least. Reasonable. Very long yellow minigame cheese. That's okay. Casual or formal? Personally, I'm much more of a fan of casual. And I think that's partially just because even in like business settings, I'd much rather things be casual. It can be easier just on the mind, personally. But I don't mind formal that much. I mean, back when I went to boarding school, when I was 18, 19, sorry, not 18, 17, 18. You gonna grab me? Yes, you are. Okay, we're gonna break out of this. we had to wear a suit every day, and so I never really enjoyed it, but it wasn't the worst thing. And it kind of just got normalized as well. It's like, that's what everyone did. But I always preferred casual. It's like if I was going to visit someone or see someone, I'd always much rather it just be a casual setting than a formal setting. Just personally something I prefer much more. Good mash. Nice. What's this up? Guessing gift or giving a gift? Probably giving a gift. It's not something I am able to do very often, especially a meaningful gift. But I would much rather be able to give someone something that really meant a lot to them than just give someone a generic gift. Likewise, receiving gifts is also incredibly nice. I mean, I can't say it's not nice. Especially if it's something that someone's really thought through. And I have received them in the past. One of the most memorable gifts I ever received was a roll of tape. And it's such a simple gift. But at the time, I was doing high jump quite a bit. And a good friend of mine, who also goes to athletics, gave me a gift which was just a roll of tape. And the whole kind of idea behind it was to use the tape to mark up where my run-up was from, and mark up bits on the high jump run-up. And I will never forget that present, because even though it was so simple, it still meant such a lot. Because sometimes those simple presents can be so good. But yeah, in general, I much prefer being able to give a gift, or whether it's a gift as in a physical thing or just help, and than receive it. Because, I don't know, there's almost some, like, validating thing. What kind of run is this? A dumb one. So, this run is locker percent, where we have to get in every single locker in the game. And it's very dumb, but also kind of fun. But it's nice just because I don't need to focus terribly hard on it. And I can kind of just chat to people, which is really nice. I enjoy it a lot.
Okay.
So finally, that annoying 25 out of 26 on San Cristobal Medical is going to finally be done. Why did you go to the lockers? Oh, don't be a jerk, Steve. Cologne or deodorant? Deodorant. I tend to be fairly simple when it comes to stuff like that, where I'll have a fairly simple deodorant, not like particularly obtrusive, and something which is just kind of there to mitigate smells, really. But also, as a PSA to anyone going to any convention, please wear deodorant. ESA was great, but there were some smelly people. And don't be a smelly person. Be a non-smelly person. Thank you. I will do my best. But the alien sometimes has cruel tricks up his sleeve. Where is it? I don't like that stumping. Don't do it. Good. Kira Zombie, thank you for the follow. I hope I'm saying that right. Do just tell me to say it a different way if I'm not. Electric toothbrush or manual? I have an electric toothbrush personally. Deodorant's preventative, yeah, exactly. Yeah, deodorant is very useful. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, I know those people from high school where it's just like, I don't want to use deodorant. I just sprayed. It was literally just, I didn't think it was Axe. It was something else. It was Lynx. They just used to douse themselves in Lynx, and oh my god. Shampoo first or conditioner? Personally, I don't really use conditioner. I just use shampoo. Smell of teenage desperation. It's so true. Oh my god, so many school memories of just walking into someone's room and just going like, oh my god. Just kind of reeling back because it's just such an overpowering mix of just like stank and Lynx. And ugh. Not a fond memory. Yeah, I never know if I should use conditioner or not. I mean, my hair's generally okay. Sure, it's not like luscious and flowing hair or anything, but it's reasonable. Thank you for the quack. But yeah, my usual shower is a good old shampooing of the hair, and then I've got a bar of soap and I soap myself up because soaping is important. Keep yourself clean. Yeah, I'm not like a neat freak by any means, but I do like keeping myself clean for sure, and keeping the area around me fairly clean as well. That's not to say my flat is pristine, but it definitely has a bit of mess. But in general, things will be clean because yeah, I'm not really a fan of just being dirty. Potatoes or rice? Personally, potatoes. Mostly just family influence, but potatoes have always been a staple of my family's meals. I really do want to do more with rice. One thing I want to buy eventually is a rice cooker. Why is the Marlow dialogue so loud? Jeez. But yeah, a rice cooker is something I really want to get at some point. Because, well, rice cookers are pretty good at cooking rice. Who would have known? And rice can be used for many more dishes in total, which I think is really cool. Rice is definitely something I haven't explored very much yet, but would definitely like to do more with when cooking. Steak or fish? Oh god. Probably steak, but I eat fish much more often. Like, steak is very rare for me, but I do prefer it, because it is just a treat. Cool. Grabbing a drink, back in a sec.
Maintenant tu comprends ce que je fais. déclencher le réacteur à fusion.
Ça va en faire une putain d'arme nucléaire. Tu vas détruire le vaisseau et la station.
Ça effacera pour de bon toute trace de la créature. Ripley, tu sais que c'est le seul moyen. Je peux pas la laisser survivre. Et je laisserai pas la compagnie mettre la main dessus ou ils recommenceront encore la même histoire.
Écoutez-moi, on n'est pas obligé d'en arriver là.
Arrête! Arrête ça, Marlowe!
Marlowe, je t'en prie.
T'as entendu ce que ta mère a fait? Elle avait compris. Si elle était là, elle ferait la même chose. Tu crois qu'elle aurait voulu que les cadres de la compagnie sachent où se trouve cette créature? Personne ne doit savoir.
Il y a encore des gens qui sont en vie sur la station! Marlowe!
Mais y a pas Foster! C'était ma femme. Je l'aimais. Et je l'ai tuée.
Je crois qu'il est trop tard. Il l'a enclenché. Il l'a enclenché.
Taylor, je vais arrêter la surcharge. Faut que tu m'aides. Va à cette console.
Attention, réacteur à fusion en cours de surcharge.
Ouvre les systèmes de fusion que je puisse y accéder.
Quoi?
Faut que j'envoie de l'énergie au générateur auxiliaire. Cherche les lettres A, U, X.
Je l'ai trouvé.
Super. Tu t'en sors bien, Taylor. Maintenant, passe le terminal du mode auto à manuel.
Cool.
Tu vois?
Sorry, I just wanted to eat that biscuit without chomping.
Fais-moi confiance.
Wow, that feels really fast compared to Italian. Grilled vegetables or salad? Grilled vegetables, personally. Yeah, I just prefer them. I'm not really much of a salad person. I do quite like spinach, though. I do like spinach a lot, actually.
Réacteur à fusion sous contrôle. Limiteur de sécurité rétabli.
Just like raw spinach, not cooked, just spinach.
T'as réussi. Attends, il se passe quelque chose. Je comprends pas. Chute des systèmes primaires. Échec total de la cascade du système.
Oh putain! Marlowe a forcé une surcharge. Le vaisseau va tomber en morceaux.
Attention, chute critique. Attention.
Risotto or
chute
quinoa?
critique.
Probably risotto. I don't really have either, but risotto is quite nice.
Attention, chute critique. Attention, chute.
Yeah, I don't really have either. No strong feelings either way. What do I usually play on the piano? Not a whole lot, honestly. I need to actually like properly learn it because I always, well, I bought this piano at the start of lockdown intending to learn it, and I just never really got around to doing it. I can play a bit, but just not as much as I'd like. I suppose it's because I got frustrated because as I've played the cello and I've sung for so long, I'm very good at both of those, and not being able to do the same level of things on the piano was it was frustrating for me, and so it's very demoralizing compared to just being able to pick up the cello, look at music and play it. I can play just about anything by sight really on the cello, whereas I definitely can't do the same on the piano. Cheese or crackers? Cheese. You can put cheese in many more things than you can crackers. Okay, we should lose like 4 minutes in this mission, but that's completely fine. And the whole reason we'll lose so much time is simply because there's so much that's been moved back into Mission 16 and kind of like a backtrack. I would say beef, personally. Again, kind of feeding into the steak, but actually, yeah, as a whole, I'd say beef. That being said, I am a big fan of sausages and bacon. Let's do it this way. Denmark has best bacon, nice. Yeah, bacon is very nice. Definitely not something I can have often, but... Or do have often, but very, very nice. I don't know what the beeps are around here, so I'm just going to have to play it slightly conservative. And by slightly conservative, I mean very conservative. That's definitely Steve, nothing else in that direction. Green minigame. Keycard. This way. I just have to take this slow, really. I can't really afford to have an angry Steve on my ass. But he is not going away. Go away, Steve. What locks am I missing? Some up top. Theater or concert? Concert. Again, just kind of feeding into the whole music theme. I'm missing a locker. Oh, don't do this to me, game. Which locker am I missing? Steve, sod off. Goodness me. Yeah, choral music mostly. Sorry, my brain's going at like 1,000,000 miles an hour trying to figure out what I've missed. Wait. There's a bug. There's a bug with the tracker. Okay, I'm going to be incredibly extra here. This is quite possibly the most over-the-top save load I've ever done in my life. But that is technically more efficient. Yeah, mostly choral music is what I used to sing. But jazz, as well as that. I used to do a lot of jazz. Both with the cello and singing. And it was really, really good fun. I honestly loved that. So we are going to be reloading a lot. And this is not a mistake going in here. This is making up for a mistake earlier on, I regret to say. Yeah, I always used to love choral singing. I haven't done it recently. No, Pretty Kitty, don't worry at all. It's something I missed like an hour and a bit ago. So you are completely okay, don't worry. But yeah, I tried joining a local cathedral choir not all that long ago. But the people were very just not friendly. And it made me a bit sad. Because for me, as much as I love music, I need to do it with people who I enjoy being around. Because otherwise for me it just loses the charm. And so, as the people I was singing with were just very hostile. and really just not friendly. It was very unfortunate because even though I wanted to be there, it was just a bit of a sad experience. Because I won't hold my hand up and say like I'm a perfect singer. I can do everything just brilliantly first time round. I'm not. I'm good, but I'm not perfect by any means. And I make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. And I was there for the first time, sight singing, and I made a couple mistakes. Nothing major, just like either not quite anticipating a note or being slightly off initially. And the people near me were just like, they just shot daggers from their eyes, and it was just such a bad experience, which is such a shame because in university I adored singing, and I genuinely adored it. The people were nice, music was amazing. I kind of wish I could have had my third year at university because unfortunately due to COVID, I was unable to. Because everything was shut down and the like, and it was all unfortunate. Bowling or dancing? I would have to say bowling, sorry. I like to dance a bit, I am awful at it, but I would never let anyone see me dance in a proper sense. That being said, one of the most used, well, the most used emote on my channel is me dancing. So I can't really say I hate dancing, but I get very self-conscious while dancing in any sort of sense, so it's, yeah. It's definitely an insecurity of mine. Whereas bowling I'm not good, but it's very fun. But yeah, I do wish that there was a nice friendly musical group near me. Whether it's cello, whether it's singing. I just wish I could do that sort of stuff again. And be really free of judgment with it. That's what I want.
Qu'est-ce qu'ils veulent?
Hot air balloon or skydiving? I've never done either. But I would probably rather skydive. And I think I'd just get so nervous being in a hot air balloon. Though that being said, one of my friends from athletics is incredibly good at hot air ballooning. And so I don't know. I'd probably say skydiving. But neither would be things I'd be very comfortable doing. Oh, I completely forgot to molly everyone. Oh well. Well, just wasted like 10 seconds for no reason, but that's fine. Soccer or tennis? I'm very bad at both of them. But I would say tennis. I would say tennis if and only if it's in a chill sense, not in a competitive sense. Competitive sense, I would say more soccer. Fine. Soccer I used to do more competitively just at school. It's kind of mandatory in the UK. Where are you? Zumba or jazz ballet? Again, I can't say I've done either. What? Well, that was unexpected. I didn't know that they could shoot through the locker. I also didn't know that the revolver guy was right there shooting me. Well, that's unfortunate. But also, it hasn't kept my progress. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I wasn't aware that was possible. I heard the revolver guy, but I thought my health was way higher than that. Like, I don't... I am perplexed by that. And annoyingly, we have to do all of this again, which means we're about 2 minutes behind. So this will be a +6, which is very annoying. Oh well. Yeah, so normally, even if you die in Hundo, for example, you get to keep your all of your stuff. And in fact, dying is often not a very bad thing if you die in the specific spots. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I could have invoked Hundo rules and not gone for this again, which would have actually only put me back about 30 seconds, but... I'm Ivana, and I will get the tally up to complete. But if I was modding this category and someone said Hundo rules to me, I'd still validate it. Or verify the run. Because as far as Hundo rules go, you have been in those lockers before. And Hundo rules are essentially what's kind of used for counting lockers. Good. Problem solved. Think of the Ferengi. Okay, well, very frustrating, but still PBable. I think. I don't actually know.
Stabilisateur orbitaux opérant à 80% avant chute.
Yeah, that is definitely frustrating. Well, at least now I know. Go away. You've got a shotgun. So go away. Annoyingly, there is this locker, which is a bastard of a locker. Ooh, that's a nasty human. One more. Oh, wait, that's not a revolver human. Okay, my bad there. You're fine, you're a shotgun human. Okay, unfortunate, but workable. That locker count is too short. Oh, I know the two I've missed as well.
Il y a un observatoire près des coms, non?
Ouais. Tu devrais pouvoir trouver les coordonnées du Torrens avec ça. Je t'ouvre la porte.
Wow, that was so much faster. Manicure or pedicure? Never had either, I'm afraid, so I can't really give any useful thing there. Top of elevator. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing now. That death threw me off so hard. Why did that throw me off? Oh well. Oh, don't worry. I know what manicure and pedicure mean. It's just never something I thought about. Get it together, man. One for you, and one for you, and one for you. There's no need to use 3 mollies there for reference. I was just frustrated. And I know I have extra explosives. Choose, manicure. Okay, actually healing because toenails are gnarly. Toes are fine, honestly. Nothing to write home about, obviously, but there we go. I'll continue to be a bit more annoying with which would you choose questions. Whichever you prefer. Because I am fine answering them. Okay, do that. God, why is there still half an hour left in this run? Choose! I already did choose. Oh, for God's sake, James, you clown. So you may notice that we're 4 lockers short here. One is at the top of this elevator, one is one that I forgot about, and the other 2 are ones that I also forgot about. I know where they all are, but that doesn't mean that they're not awkward as there's anything to get. Oh my gosh, yeah, that death threw me off so hard. I don't know why. Low percent or kissy? Low percent, God. I've never modded the game. I don't intend to mod the game anytime soon. Outside of like auto hotkey stuff. Never been shot in a locker? No, never. Like not in a casual playthrough, not in a speedrun. Never. And so I was being very cocky there because I didn't actually know what the mechanics were. Well, now I do. No, I genuinely didn't know. I thought that lockers would probably protect you and not just be paper thin. So I thought that I'd be able to take a couple shots in there, especially from a shotgun guy. I knew there was a revolver guy, I just didn't know where, and so I wasn't sure if he was hitting. But that revolver guy managed to get himself right in front of me. Unbeknownst to me, unfortunately. And it was my own fault for not throwing the molly. But yeah, it still caught me very off guard. There we go. Not lose time. Heading up now? No worries. thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. And I hope you're doing well. Have a good rest of your evening, day, wherever you are. But thank you very much for popping by. I do appreciate it. Come on, game. You can walk a bit faster, Ripley. There we go. Oh gosh, okay. I need to not throw this at the end. Because there's still a lot of concentration required. And unfortunately we are losing a very substantial amount of time here. A very substantial amount of time. Probably about 6 or 7 minutes. Because of backtracks, because of the death costing me about 2 minutes. Not fun stuff. So we'll probably start to see the timer start ticking before long on the previous segment section. Regular ice cream or sorbet? Definitely sorbet. And I think that's mostly because I'm just a big fan of fruit in general. And something like a good raspberry or mango sorbet is just, oh, love it, adore it. I really do. Oh my gosh, it's kind of just started hitting me because I don't normally stream this late, and even though it's not very late for me at the moment, it's only 8 p.m. But as I'm normally done with streaming, even when I start fairly late, by like 6 or 7 at the latest, my body's kind of just going like, sleepy time. My brain's kind of like, no, no, no sleepy time. Also, the lack of food definitely doesn't help. Oh, nearly there. Prefer special brands or not necessarily? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, but I do have favorite brands for certain things, for sure. Some are just habitual. Be reheating some salt and pepper ribs. Oh, that sounds so good. Yeah, I do have some brands I prefer, but in general, nah. There we go. Nearly there. Just mission 17 and 18 and the exit here. I will be saving because fairly obvious reasons. And finally, maybe, we will get a valid run. Oh my gosh, the timer is ticking already. No! There's still so much more of the mission to do. Oh, okay. Fine. My save warps were good. Time is ticking, slowly but surely. Drop by drop, making me regret not understanding how humans shot through lockers. I mean, I always expected to lose a lot of time this mission anyway. And that's solely for the reason of, we do a lot of backtracking and general stuff in this mission. Whereas we could have done it earlier, but I've chosen not to. And so some of the time saved from earlier is kind of artificial, as it goes into this mission and results as time loss. But this time loss is still human death. Anything sub 330, I'd say on the timer at the bottom is probably still fine. Although getting a bit spicy. I would be surprised. I didn't forget well, sorry, I didn't skip them, Baldric, I forgot about them. So it was my own bad. Laundry or cleaning? Honestly, laundry. I really don't mind doing laundry. I also don't mind cleaning, actually. Very impartial to both. I don't dislike them. Laundry, just probably because it's easier. As I'm living on my own at the moment, there's not that much laundry to do. Four, 5, 6, go here. I saw that tail. Steve will almost certainly drop somewhere. There he is. Don't you dare. Oh, thank you, Carrix. I do appreciate it. Oh my gosh, this is just going poorly. Not happy with the time. Two more lockers.
Ricardo?
But these are the lockers I missed. Can't believe I missed them. I very much can believe I missed them. Where's Steve? Onto the van, stay. Good. Text message or message through different media. Whether it's things like Discord, WhatsApp, those are the ones I usually use. 446, goodness me. Okay, I thought he didn't go down there. Still workable. Very, very unhappy with this, but I can work with it. Definitely workable. Bad throw. I don't think it's far enough to the right. Oh my god. Slightly on the early side of the drop. That was almost instantaneous. Good beat. Ah. Yeah, that's right. I think I have one molly, maybe two. Steve should drop shortly. Listen. Nope. I could have gone for the button there. I couldn't really have told. Yeah, I couldn't have made an accurate call. yeah, we still are actually surprisingly good for resources. No sensors, which is unfortunate because I would make smoke bombs. Lovely. Oh man, okay. As long as I don't die in this mission, we are in the clear. But the time's nowhere near as good as I'd hoped it would be. It's a very poor time, honestly. Very poor. Quite disappointed in it, but that's okay. Losing almost 5 minutes is a bit much. Chess or battleships? I really like chess. I'm not good at it at all, but I do enjoy chess. Yeah, I'm awful at chess actually, but I do enjoy it. Good. Chess is chill until it isn't. That's very accurate. Go away. You've always got to be careful because Steve can take some janky paths there. I should have killed the android, honestly, because it can be trouble. Very easy to get frustrated, definitely. Oh my gosh. Myth, thank you so much for the raid. Goodness me. I really do appreciate that. We are doing quite possibly the most dumb alien speedrun ever. Where are you, Steve? This button for a flashbang. Thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate that. Best alien category. But we are doing a category where we have to get in every single locker in the game. Hey! Thank you so much for the raid. Hope Steve is behaving. He is behaving somewhat. Sneaky Becky, thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh, Steve! Okay, he's no longer behaving. We are in chaos now. Please. He's gonna drop behind. Steve! Here. Please. Good fella. Okay. Duandla Walker, thank you so much as well for the follow. How's your stream, Myth? I hope everything went well and you're having good fun. Very sneaky indeed. Come on. There we go. Okay. This is now the incredibly scary bit where we can do this. Throw a Molotov through the glass, which hits Steve. Speedrun alien, no way! That's awesome! I only died once. Wow, well done. That's awesome. 3:56 is also a very solid time. Oh, he's lying? Aww. I was gonna say, that's awesome if you did. Steve? Okay. Come on. Okay. Sorry about that. No need to be sorry whatsoever. Taking a safety save because mission 17 is very scary. Speaking of, you can kind of just do this. So it turns out that the alien isn't actually active for a little bit there, and so you can just grab the lever before he's actually doing anything. So mission 17 is kind of insane. Oh, don't you drop. Don't you drop. Okay, we're good, we're good. Oh my gosh. No, you could definitely speedrun if you wanted to. It's more just speedrunning this game is long. It takes a lot of time. Did I get this one? Yeah, I did. Okay, that locker, that vent is very dangerous because normally the alien is in that locker. Steve? Oh dear. Okay, we're having a spicy exit. Uh-oh. You coming? You're going. You're coming. Now you're going. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, okay. We're nearly out of the worst part. Spare ribs or hot wings? I've honestly never had either. So let's go with ribs. Oh, actually, let's go for hot wings, but probably not very hot. What's your political opinion on tuna and pineapple pizza? Tuna and pineapple. So I've had ham and pineapple, and honestly, I'm very okay with it. Tuna pizza I've never had, but I can see it being quite good. I would definitely try it. Personally, I'm very okay with pineapple on pizza. It's not something I have often, but it's okay. It's kind of like just a mid-tier pizza. Stop harassing people about tuna pineapple pizza. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, all in all, I'd say it's pretty okay. I don't know if I'd like it, but I'd be okay to try it. I didn't need that sensor. Just happened to be Bird's favorite. Oh, nice. I feel like there might be some sarcasm there. Okay, last mission. Got to go? No worries. Thank you very much for popping by. I do appreciate it. Okay. Oh my gosh, okay. Good, good. Nice. So, do I go for double huggers? Double huggers is, for those of you who don't know, quite possibly the most insanely ridiculously hard trick ever. It's ridiculous. It's where you use face huggers to grab you from behind and boost you forwards. It's a hard trick. Gave a good sales pitch, true. I've got to deliver. Oh my gosh. Okay, I wasn't ready for that second one. I'll give double huggers a go. First try on your money back. Oh no. It's only the hardest trick in the game. So what we're doing is we're kind of sprinting just slightly because the alien won't drop if you just do it a little bit. Oh, I'm not going to pre-plan. So here, as the alien is out of range, we assume, it's okay to run a bit. Oh my god, I've got all of the M18 lockers. I forgot I'm doing locker percent. Oh good lord. Houston, I've made a very fatal flaw. Okay.
utiliser la plateforme de maintenance à la place.
Welcome to Locker % hard mode because I've been an idiot. Not quite. So the alien has kind of like a noise threshold before it drops. And if you kind of just sneak beneath that noise threshold, or just kind of like tentatively tickle it, the game's like, okay, I don't quite have enough of a reason to drop, but the second you overdo it, the alien's just like, what are you doing? Here, another case where we use a scripted alien drop to get away with something that we really shouldn't be able to get away with. Edging the alien. Honestly, that's a fairly good way of putting it. Questionable, but good way of putting it. Be gone. No! Wait! It's a knockdown. I don't know how that's a knockdown, but I'll take it. I forgot all of the lockers, so this is going to be incredibly spicy. I'm going through here. Screw you, alien. Let me in the locker. I was ready to reload. No chill, just ran past. I know. We should get a drop. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Please? Thank you. If you ask him nicely, he behaves. Avoid the vent. And, okay. 6 out of 8, that's good. You could learn a thing or two. No. I know this game fairly well. just a little bit. I may have played it once or twice. Why did the person behind you find you? No, they're always there. They're there just to watch in case someone else is behind them. Thank you for GG, Shy. So, the final stretch. We have just a little bit more of the game to go, and someone, please, for the love of God, remind me to get the last 2 lockers. So, I did a run yesterday, and I forgot these last 2 lockers. Not falling for rookie level baits, no. The 2 remaining elevators, 2 remaining lockers are indeed after the elevator drop. So I'm going to go for double huggers. If it doesn't work, it will probably kill me, but that's fine. It's worth it. And if I do manage to pull it off, it's really cool. So, bit of focus. Ah, no. Bad pattern. I'll give it one more go. Even if I pre-crashed, that would have killed me. Good. Come on. No, not quite. Okay, that's still pretty good. I'll take it. Okay, and here, there are normally 2 aliens that drop. By throwing a flare, we can stop the second one. Yeah, the second hugger was slightly too early there. This alien, you can just run past it. That's still a good showing of Hugger Boost, where the first hugger really just makes you go zoom. I just like, whoa! So, I gave it my best shot. Unfortunately, no cigar. Lockers, thank you. The lockers aren't quite yet, but they're before long. Lockers, thank you. I must remember those lockers. Not safe for work jokes. I would rather you avoided them. But clean jokes I am completely okay with. Not safe for work jokes, I say they're okay as long as they're not offensive to anyone. Yeah, if it's like a questionable one at all, then probably best to err on the side of caution. So loud. I do appreciate you asking, thank you. Lockers. I am a locker percent person. I was insane enough to try this category. I shall not forget these lockers. Locker, locker, locker. 1, 2, 3. Please do not forget. And please do not softlock me, game. Not pick French as principal. You can pick Italian and you'd only be half a second slower. And here, this is the last time we need flamethrower fuel. So we get rid of all of it. And we have 3 flares. Ooh, I like it. So, flares are very nice in this. Not for any useful purpose. Oh, also, yeah, you can do that. If you hold forwards and sprint, you just fall down the ladder. It's super easy to do. Lockers. James, lockers. Do not forget lockers. 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 Locker number 1. Haven't stopped running locker percent yet. And locker number 2. Lockers. We have every locker in the game. Now we just need to finish the game. So we're going to light a flare. Hopefully that counts. Good. And, oh, we may not have got it. No pressing W run. Oh god. So one thing I am planning on doing before long is I'm playing Alien Isolation using a cello. Oh, we got it. Yes. Yeah, you heard that right. A cello, an instrument. And so that will be happening hopefully late next month, because I still need to actually make the software to do it. Oh, lockers no flamethrower. Because yeah, I've been playing the cello for like 22 years, and I'm 23 for reference, so I've been playing it a while. But one thing you can do here is, by throwing a flare just before opening that locker, we've got flares in Spacewalk. And so we've got our little glow stick, our party stick. It's music to your ears, oh dear. And we literally just have a flare for fun. It's great, I love it. Oh, it's such a good little trick. It doesn't do anything for the run. I can't take you anywhere. Oh, that's so good. So yeah, this serves no purpose. So no, you don't need to be sorry at all. I enjoy it. Who doesn't love a little bit of mischief? Come on, game. And yoop! Flares into space! Where's it land? Where's it land? I don't know. Myth has no power here. Oh dear. We've still got one more flare, which I'll leave as a nice thing. Any relation to the delicious Jameson whiskey? No, no relation at all. In fact, quite possibly the opposite of a relation. I don't drink alcohol. So here, we can actually just throw a flare down there. So you may see that before long. Oh my gosh, I thought I got an FPS bug there. I would have been very sad. So, using our last flare, we've put that flare in a very weird position. We've thrown it into a door, but I'll point it out in about 2 minutes. Oh, there we go. Less than 2 minutes even. Come on. So there's a trick here known as double pins, whereby normally you have to only activate 1 pin at a time, but if you're really quick, you can do this, which is very good. So it saves a bit of time because you're able to do 2 pins at once. One last question, flare or blasting cap? Flare. Love me some flares in this game. Alcohol-free IPAs in general. I've never had an alcohol-free, well, anything really. Obviously water, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I just don't really drink. Also, glitchy pin. We do it so fast that one of the pins fails to register that it's been put up. And the last little bit of this cutscene. Now, remember that flare? We put that flare in a very specific location, in an airlock. And turns out that that airlock is right where we're taking a trip to. As all the aliens go away, and you may be able to see, if you're quick, the side of a flare. The flare is just at the top of that airlock. It's very dumb. Hope you enjoyed the Which Would You Choose? Yeah, honestly, I enjoyed them. And because we died, it gives us fast walk. So you can get slow walk, which is a very slow walk at the end here. The music in the Xenos, I know. It's kind of just like the general vibe of the stream, where I've always got chill music on. Come on, Steve. And one last hurrah. No lockers in here. We did check. Late night James, I know. But with that... that is time. And that is the first valid locker percent run with every locker in the game. We did it before and we missed a locker because we found another one. And so finally, that is done. And I suppose by definition that's a world record, even though it doesn't feel like one. Because no one else has done this before. So that's good fun. I enjoyed it. Very good fun. Thank you for the coconut mall. Oh dear. That was a lot of fun. That was much more fun than I anticipated it being. Thank you for all the GGs, I do appreciate it. Oh. I'm actually pretty happy with that time as well. Technically correct is the best kind, I know. Let's save those times. And with that, let's have a look. World record. And see who else is live. Who can we raid? Let's have a quick look while I let this finish playing out. Let's have a check. She just raided to the very end. Sorry. Let's actually raid Dre. I don't think I've ever raided Dre. But Dre's really cool. He's another Alien Isolation speedrunner. But I'm going to put it to this screen and say thank you very much everyone for being here. The support today has been really, really cool. I've appreciated it so much. With the raids, people subbing, you guys are absolute stars, genuinely. So to give some thank yous, thank you to Carax for the raid, to Josh for the raid, and to Myth for the raid. That's crazy. You guys are all awesome. Thank you very much to Callie for gifting a sub, and Relaine for the sub as well. And then thank you for all the follows. Goodness me, across the whole of today there have been so many, and I really, really am grateful. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys are stars. And you even get the very poor lighting, James. I'm not used to streaming this late. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I really do appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow, about 1 PM UK time. I've got athletics in the morning, so I won't be doing my usual morning streams. But I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. If I don't see you again, have a good rest of your weekend. And have a good week. And thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you folks next time. Peace.